It's time for the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, between South Korea and Canada. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Deaths. I'm Golden Boy, joined by Jamerson, Mr. X, and Achilleos as we look to get into this. Wow, this is shaping up to be a very exciting matchup here, gentlemen. First things first, I want to get some reactions on the gold medal match, Jamerson, if you don't mind. The bronze medal match between Sweden and France. I mean, what a way to go out for those two teams.
I mean, definitely. Sweden once again repeating their performance from Overwatch World Cup 2016, where they did end up third. It was Chipsai and Zebasai and Vic that was originally on that squad, but Manitin, Snillo, and Swoosh stepping in and having standout performances, all three of them.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at the bracket here so we can get updated with all of you joining us, maybe for the first time perhaps. We've had quite the day, as we had to kick things off with the semifinal, Sweden versus Canada. Saw Canada move on to the grand final. France versus South Korea. South Korea in a very close matchup against the Frenchmen will be able to get that 3-1 victory. Bronze medal match, which just concluded, saw Sweden winning that one 4-2. Score lines like that because of a draw that took place on Hanamura. Very intense matchup there indeed, but now we are here and it is time for the main event of the evening. It will be Canada versus South Korea. It's a best of 7 comes down. I'm expecting this. It's time for the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, between South Korea in the game, in the battlefield, the virtual battlefield. Welcome to the Deaths. I'm Golden Boy, joined by Jamerson, Mr. X, and Achilleos. As we look to get into this, wow, I'm making it up as I go along. Shaping up to be a very exciting matchup to this moment. Let's see. First things first, I want to get some reactions on the gold medal match, Jamerson, if you don't mind.
It has all come down to this. 300 players across 50 countries.
Definitely. Sweden,
and of course, we only have 2 teams remaining.
It entirely depends on the other side of the bracket on whether or not we get the gold medal. But if we're playing the best that we can, we have a pretty good shot.
Snillo and Swoosh stepping in and having standout performances, all three of them.
That's right. Well, let's take a look at the bracket here so we can get updated with all of you joining us. Maybe for the first time, perhaps. We've had quite the day, as we had to kick things off with the semifinals.
I'm nervous against South Korea going up against South Korea.
France versus South Korea. South Korea in a very close matchup against the Frenchmen will be able to get that 3-1 victory. Bronze medal match, which just concluded, saw Sweden winning that one 4-2. Score lines like that because of a draw that took place on Hanamura. Very intense matchup there indeed, but now we are here and it is time for the main event of the evening. It will be Canada versus South Korea. That was spicy. It's a best of 7.
It's a little bit.
And I'm expecting, in any case, 12 players to leave everyone out there. You know, I did say earlier on the field that in the game, in the battlefield, the virtual battlefield. But you know what? We just wanted to see. I'm making it up as I go along. So thanks, Matt.
Always have your back.
I'm making it up as I go along. You go into Twitch. It's been a long journey to this moment. Let's see how MBT battle tag of the player you want to vote for, and then on Twitter. Be a hashtag T-Mobile MBT.
It has all come down to this. 300 players across 50 countries. And of course, we only have 2 teams remaining.
I wonder where
it entirely depends on the other side of the bracket on whether or not we get the gold medal.
I don't know if we have that.
If we're playing the best that we can, we have a pretty good shot.
I can venture a guess as well. It's probably going to be a battle between XQC and Flower. So we'll come back to that. So don't worry about that one. Just some quick thoughts, gentlemen, before we get to the game. X, you haven't had you up here on the desk at all.
Yeah, I think while I've watched a lot of these matches,
I'm nervous against South Korea going up against South Korea. Very good.
And I think that one thing that they can give South Korea some trouble is we've seen teams that get really aggressive on South Korea, make them have mistakes, really have success. You have Agilities who's playing very well on the Genji. You have Surefour who's popping off for the Tracer. We know how aggressive XQC plays. If they get those 3 guys going, maybe they can make something happen.
It's going to be a tall order for Canada to make this happen against South Korea. You know, we've been harping on this quite a bit, Achilleos. We have this experience casting these players at OGN in South Korea.
Spicy.
Your thoughts?
You know,
no surprise that they're here.
Guys,
but
just want to give everyone an FYI.
I want to get your thoughts.
I did say earlier
the South Korean
that
the voting would end after the bronze match.
It has been insanely close. The match versus France especially was pretty neck and neck, maybe even more so than when they played against USA yesterday. Saviobi, I think, could rein in 2-4 here on the Tracer in that 1v1 matchup.
Tag of the player you want to vote for.
Canada, they've really surprised me at this event, and maybe they can do it again. Maybe they can take some maps away from South Korea. I'm still going to go with them coming out on top, but I really just want this to go the distance. Best of 7, like we see all 7 games.
I wonder where we are. I wonder where we are. I do agree. So I don't know if we have that.
I can venture a guess, but
I remember when we came
I can venture a guess as well.
We were
probably going to be a battle between
XQC
said that
the expectation for them was to not drop a
so
point.
don't worry about that one.
They've dropped 2 maps, which they went undefeated in 2016. And we're seeing as the day goes on, as the weekend has gone on.
Yeah, I think
the teams have been wearing away at them, and at this point, endurance really comes into question.
Poland. Yeah, and I think the one thing that they could give South Korea some trouble is we've seen teams that get really aggressive on South Korea to avoid make them have mistakes. Like their whole tournament, which is Agilities who's playing very well on the Genji, and they actually Sure who's popping off on the Tracer. We know how aggressive XQC plays. They get those 3 guys going. Maybe the meta has changed so much since then, right? I think Canada, they can play some different things that South Korea hasn't seen so far. They can play in a decent amount of solo tank. You can get Mangachu on whether it's Junkrat or Farah, and throw some different looks to them. I think it's a much different game than it was obviously back in Poland. And one player who shone out for me, at least earlier in the series for Canada, was Rolf. I thought Rolf had a fantastic series on Zenyatta, being able to get first blood consistently, forcing those mercy reses out. I think Rolf would have a tremendous series as well if Canada's going to win.
Saviobi, I think, could rein in 2-4 here on the Tracer in that 1v1 matchup. But
I gotta go
Canada, they really surprised me.
Show you the leaderboard here.
Maybe they
see
can do
where
it again.
We are right
Maybe
now.
they can take some maps away from South Korea. I'm still going to go with them coming out on top, but I really just want this to go the distance. Best of 7. This actually could just be decided by whichever team comes out.
I wonder what happens if like it draws have been exposed in this competition. Both teams just get
I remember when we came in 1v1 that we were expecting South Korea said that the expectation for them was to not drop a point, but since then they've dropped 2 maps, which they went undefeated in 2016. And we're seeing as the day goes on, as the weekend has gone on, that the teams have been wearing away at them, and at this point, endurance really comes into question.
Yeah, and also, we were in Poland together. All right, let's go ahead and get some stability here. Literally to avoid. Get ready for the teams like their whole tournament, which just means we're just going to avoid South Korea as much as we possibly can. And they actually scrimmed against each other as well. So both of these teams are weak. Right, that was weak. That was weak.
In Canada, though, the meta has changed so much since then, right? And I think Canada, they can play some different things that South Korea hasn't seen so far. They can play in a decent amount of solo tank.
That's what I like to hear.
Mangachu on whether it's Junkrat or Farah, and throw some different looks to them. I think it's a much different game than it was obviously back in Poland.
And Canada.
And one player who shown out for me, at least earlier in the series for Canada, was Rolf. I thought Rolf had a fantastic series on Zenyatta, being able to get first blood consistently, forcing those mercy reses out. I think Rolf would have a tremendous series as well.
To shift focus, I did tease it earlier, and I'm super sorry. I love you all. I love your faces, but I gotta go ahead. We gotta make it happen. We gotta show you the leaderboard here and see where we are right now. And snap!
Flower was at 25% earlier.
I mean, this actually could just be decided by whichever team comes out.
I wonder what happens if like it draws at the both teams just get a point then at that point. I don't know.
1v1. You could do Mystery Heroes 1v1 lockup.
The man himself, the best player in the world, or a rap battle. A rap battle. I'm down with that. Either way. I know that came from left field and no one expected.
You would be the T-Mobile MVP.
I definitely would be, man. It's like dial on and just hot fire. That's all I got. In any case, let's go ahead and get some stability here in the desk. And get ready for the teams to come out. It's time. Are you guys ready in the house? That was weak. Playing on the other side of the stage. Put your hands together for the team captain, Mangachu. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. All right, it's time for the grand final between South Korea and Canada. Supporting them would be South Korea. When the players are ready to go, I cannot wait, guys, because it's going to be awesome. players are now making their way out to the stage, so let's go ahead and give some love to Sebiobi, Joe Meister, Mono, it's a jungle in here, XQC, and finally, and the man himself, the best player in the world, Ryan Jaehong.
Seems like it. They were having it up for the camera. It's good to see.
Yeah, right. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the South Korean roster here in just a little bit. And Mr. X, any player on this team that you want to highlight before we go to this match?
Can it be anybody other than Flower? I mean, he's just, it's like you asked me that question. I was like looking around, I was like, no, I gotta talk about it. The guy has just been just a freak on every DPS hero. All day long, all weekend long. It seems like he can just run whatever he wants, whenever he feels like. Excited to see what he brings out this last match.
Yeah, except maybe the Bastion that we saw a lot more on attack. Maybe not that one. I understand why it was sort of selected, but at the same time, it's perfectly fine pick that was available. They could have just locked him in instead.
Sometimes you get lost in emotion.
Yeah.
He was feeling himself.
It was too much hype.
Too much hype at that moment. And then on the other side, the Canadians here. Agility! Jamerson with a lot of weapons here. We've been talking about it quite a bit. The adjustments that they've had been made. Joe Meister!
Oh, definitely. And honestly, I do want to point out Agility's here. You know, we knew him primarily as that Genji player, but we've been seeing some great play on that the Roadhog out of him. He had a little bit of a slow start yesterday, but today he just came out of the gates running and absolutely demolished.
Finally, all right, well, and I do agree with you there. It's going to be a tough game no matter what. But let's try this one more time before we send it to the game. Ladies and gentlemen, I think they were happy.
Seems like it. They were having it up for the camera. It's good to see.
Yeah, right? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the South Korean roster here.
Hey guys, welcome. Doa and Monte Cristo here for the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals. Canada
anybody other than
South Korea. Last year was Russia.
It's like you asked me that question.
Korea's a quick affair. Then you think
talk about
the Koreans are going to be able to close it out just as quick this time around.
DPS hero.
They've already disappointed
all weekend
North America,
it
so I think it's time for them to disappoint the other.
Go for the full continent.
Excited to see what he brings out this last match.
South Korea's looking to do. I don't know if it's going to be quite as easy as it looked last year.
Jokes aside, this is a great map for Canada. I'm interested to see if they run some 3 DPS compositions, if they're going to run Agility, Surefour, and
sometimes you get lost in emotion.
DPS heroes. Obviously a very focused map, which has really just blends itself into the wheelhouse of Mangachu. So I think they at least have a good shot here on Oasis.
We've been talking about it.
Welcome to University South Korea in the white, Canada in the red as we get started with our grand finals here at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon 2017 XQC. Doing a great job this weekend on that.
He had a little bit of a slow start yesterday, but today
trying to jump down behind Sebiobi.
Absolutely demolished.
See what he can do. Not
All
quite
right,
yet.
well,
Yeah, nobody really committing to the point so far. Both teams poking around the side, and now South Korea going to put some pressure on their force Canada to come fight them as they start to pick up that control meter. But Surefour manages to find the back line. That's Jaehong.
That's Toby having to use Res a bit earlier than he wanted to. And that's a pretty good start for Canada. They're going to start the control percent rolling early on. Monte Cristo here for the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals. Canada taking on South Korea. Last year was Russia taking on South Korea. It was a quick affair. Then you think after that, Koreans are going to be able to close it out just as quick this time around.
I mean, Dylan, they've already disappointed half of North America, so I think it's time for them to disappoint the other.
Go for the full continent shutdown. Back foot already. South Korea's looking to do.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be quite as easy as it looked last year.
Jokes aside, this is a great match for Canada.
Just in time.
I'm interested to see if they run some 3 DPS compositions, if they're going to run Agility, Surefour, and Mangachu all on DPS heroes. Obviously a very focused map, which
just beside the
really just blends itself into the wheelhouse of Mangachu. So I think they at least have a good shot here on Oasis.
Meanwhile, welcome to University South Korea in the white, Canada in the red as we get started with our grand finals here at the Overwatch World Cup at BlizzCon 2017 XQC is going to hold the point for just a bit longer.
Canada's doing a great job in that fight, and that first pickoff meant everything there, because both teams dumping both support ults. Nobody really Canada was perpetually poking around the side, and they're able to snowball that, put some pressure on their force Canada to come fight them as they start to take up that control. Contested agilities going to be waiting with this Dragon Blade. He should have a lot of success if he can get that back line.
Wow, that's Toby having to use Red a bit earlier than he wanted to. It's worked in the past. That's a pretty good start for Canada. They're going to start the control percent rolling early on. Toby, the next ball, hugely successful ult for agility already. And there's the finish on the floor. Canada looking nearly untouchable here at the University.
Agilities has been slow yesterday coming into this tournament, but today he is non-stop aggression from coming back with some impressive roadhog and Genji play, definitely elevated above his level that we saw from him earlier in this tournament.
We're already in overtime. Mano had to dive in and dive just to give South Korea a chance, but it may not be enough. There's the bar taking away just in time. Flower coming back for the Dragon Blade, though. We'll see what they can do.
And that'll be
Transcendence for Canada, though. Keeps everybody up for the moment. Toby with the double res as he comes into Valkyrie now.
2 points, and it's a University. We'll see which one we get here.
Both of them, however, Flower looking for some kills, looking for a way to get South Korea back into it here. Meanwhile, Sherbrooke around the side, able to help finish off Flower
doing particularly well today.
Pause from QXC,
Queen, but also coming in with some good jump grab plays.
Meaty gorilla pause. Absolutely. And it looks like Canada is going to hold the point for just a bit longer.
Yeah, Canada doing a great job in that fight, and that first pickoff meant everything there, because both teams dumping both support ults meant that Canada was perpetually at a man advantage, and they're able to snowball that into a win. So 67% now. Canada so far uncontested agility. Going to be waiting with this Dragon Blade. He should have a lot of success if he can get that back line. Flower.
Toby on the loose.
Switch it up to the McCree and try to stop him with that flashbang.
Well, it's worked in the past.
DPS for Canada.
But he's got to deal with the blade here. A little bit of trouble. There goes Jay. Goes down early. The next ball. A hugely successful ult for agilities already.
Wilting out
There's the finish on the floor. Canada looking nearly untouchable here on University.
Agilities has been slow yesterday coming into this tournament, but today he is on fire, coming back with some impressive roadhog and Genji play, definitely elevating above his level that we saw from him earlier in this tournament.
We're already in overtime. He had to dive in and dive just to give South Korea a chance. It may not be enough. Here's the stance. Away in Canada will take the first round of the finals. And it's like South Korea will be able to play first, though. It was a long, grinding fight, but in the end.
And the next 2 points that aren't University, we'll see which one we get. Both of them, however, are going to be far favored. Goldsmith's going to be available. Give Mangachu some room to operate. He's also doing particularly well today. Trying to get those meters on the Rocket Queen, but also coming in with some good jump grab plays. Canada to exploit on their approach.
XQC takes a couple rockets. Oasis comes in. It's like you mentioned. This was on the outside. Flower moves up really to support him. Mono finds a couple as agilities falls too. Manages to knock Toby in the back lines here. Nuts. Joe Meister certainly getting pushed back. Is he going to finish him? No, not quite. Up at the top of the screen. They got what they wanted though. And his favorite hero.
A little bit on the other side with a 3 DPS composition. If you're by yourself, you get focused down very quickly.
Toby on the Lucio this time. They tried to rush him a little bit early to the back.
Triple DPS for Canada. This is what we should start expecting from them.
Sure4 goes down early.
Mono now coming back around. And he's going to get res, but Samuel will take out XQC. So lacking in tanks now directly onto XQC, and he will explode in midair.
To take down Mono, but he's a little bit in the zone right now. In South Korea, not messing around here. Mono looking for a bit more. There's the sound barrier coming in for South Korea as Canada strikes. They got a little bit of control for Sherbrooke. Flower trying to dodge. One more rocket will finish that one. So look out. Mono getting a little bit more though. Goes after the Genji. Did I see that Flower on the outside? No, he didn't. Okay, never mind. It was the stance. He did the Farah Power stance. And he took out Joe Meister. Good start there. Looks like South Korea up to nearly 80% first, though. Forced to reset again. So as one-sided as the first point of this map was, South Korea
so they'll get their
turning
first
it around big time here on Oasis.
And if you're Canada and you're running these 3 DPS compositions, you're sacrificing a tank. So when you try these flank attacks, where 2 of your members, in this case your Mercy and your Fire, get those beaters up, if you're occupying them with just a far on your team, you can collapse, and those targets are switching. They don't have the damage absorption that you would normally have, and so South Korea able to get the picks quite fast.
Mono finds Mangachu falls early on, but here comes the Dragon Blade for agilities. What can he do? Takes out just the Toby. his back lines here. That's Joe getting pushed back. Is he going to finish him? No, not quite. Zoom back up though. Agility still low health. Tries to reflect that rocket back. Has to exit the battle to heal up again. Meanwhile, Mangachu did take Zumba out with his barrage though. But South Korea will not be moved. There's Flower with his own barrage.
Into the wall of the garden.
Mangachu comes back. He gets a revenge kill, but will it be enough? Maybe. They're so close to flipping it. Canada nearly has it, but I don't know. Looks like they will XQC, and he will explode in midair. Finally gets some control percent building. Looks like they do.
Mangachu cleans up the DPS of South Korea. Zumba still in hot pursuit.
There's the sound barrier coming in for South Korea.
As
Canada strikes, they've got a lot of ults to work with.
Wait for some heals.
Not a big result out of that one.
Gets some purchase, but they're still waiting to complete the flip.
Meanwhile, Flower on the outside.
Going to get out of there.
Fighting that air-to-air battle nearly happening again for South Korea. Canada just not there to defend it. Toby does fall up to nearly 80%. Canada to hold this point for Canada. As one-sided as the first point of this map was,
he's just been going off,
turning it around big
these
time
last couple. And if you're Canada and you're running these 3 DPS compositions, you're sacrificing a tank. So when you try these flank attacks, or 2 of your members, in this case your Mercy and your Bar on the far side, if you're occupying them with just a Bar on your team, you can collapse, and those targets are switching. They don't have the damage absorption that you would normally have, and so they're going to be feeling great. Able to get the picks. It's not like South Korea is going to come in here with a big ult advantage.
But here comes the Dragon Blade for Agility. What can he do?
Another
Takes out Zumba, trying to get to that
guard, which we are so very familiar with.
It'd be weird if it brings Zumba back up though. Agility still low health. Tries to reflect that rocket back. Has to exit the battle to heal up again. Meanwhile, Agility's has a Dragon Blade though with his one dash through. But South Korea will not be moved. There's Flower with his probably kept the pharmacy for South Korea alive. Agility gets a revenge kill, but will it be enough? Maybe they're so close to flipping it. Canada nearly has it. South Korea's winning this fight. Looks like they will. XQC Agility's trying to turn it back around again. Gets some control percent quite enough. And now the question is, how quickly can South Korea flip the point?
Still
they
in
haven't
hot
gotten anything yet. Now they're changing it over, and we're going to go into overtime one more time.
And wait for some
South Korea.
means South Korea gets some purchase, but they're still waiting to complete the flip.
Will
just going to get out of there.
And we are going to the third point already on the way for South Korea.
After the dust settled on that last fight, even if Canada had been able to make it back to the point as a team, Jake Hong was the only one with the Valkyrie. What kept Canada in this round is going to be he's just been sewing up the map, and that means we are going to go to City Center.
Minutes, and he's going to get a kill on the
We do see far here frequently, but it's not necessary. A lot of teams, the other ones playing Aurora can use the Genji on the center point to at least put some pressure.
Firing at Toby, you get a free Segovia. I'm not going to complain. Mangachu looks pretty happy with that. They're up to nearly 50 control percent already.
Good.
They're going to be feeling great. It's not like South Korea is going to come in here with a big ult advantage. It's like this is probably going to go for another 99 guards, which we are so especially familiar with. Shipped by a Tracer at range and finishing off those kills. It's really dealing the coup de grace that we've seen from a lot of these top tier wins. But having that awareness of where you need to target.
Agility's had some Dragon Blade though. One dash through. Oh, but that sound barrier from Toby was clutch, man. That probably kept the pharmacy for South Korea alive. Agility's not getting any kills from that one. And now both teams are swinging for Surefour. Looks like he may have gotten rounded on the edge there. South Korea's winning this fight. Full support's down. Agility's trying to turn it back around again. But it's not going to be quite enough. And now the question is, how quickly can South Korea flip the point? They haven't gotten anything yet. Now they're changing it over. And we're going to go into overtime one more time. South Korea hold it. If anyone can get a res here, so South Korea
most likely not going to be able to prolong this. That was a sneaky play
to the third point already on the way,
and the timing of that is crucial. Notice that even if Canada had been able to make it back to engage onto the team, just in case the only one members of Canada seemed like it was going to be so very sneaky, sewing up the map, and that means we are going to go to City Center. And we do see Farah here frequently, but it's not necessary. A lot of teams, if the other one's playing a Farah, can use the Genji on the center point to at least put some pressure on an aerial is all by himself right there. Pretty big window of opportunity for Zunba to run in with those micro missiles and make the play.
We've always known he's been able to get up there, but I feel like late this round, clearly been getting a show. Oh, he goes down. A couple of those rockets connected,
especially when they've been chipped by a Tracer at range and finishing off those kills. It's really dealing the coup de grace that we've seen from a lot of these top tier wins. But having that awareness of where you need to target. The positioning for them has not been good, but they're also not being very well protected by their team. Canada is hesitating when it comes to bringing XQC and Mangachu back to
going into a shirt for
provide that tankiness and protection. So a lot of opportunities being given to South Korea.
Well, both supports down. For Canada. Great start for South Korea here. Sablebeam takes on SQC over on the far end now. And even though Mano does take it out by Mangachu, early lead for South Korea in this fight. Mercy right looks like they'll be able to claim the point first. Really.
It does look like that Mirage ready, but Flower way too late. It does go ahead and pick up a mega health. Canada most likely not going to be able to prolong this. That was a sneaky very late in this game. The timing on that is crucial. Notice that he didn't use his bit of doom. Instead to engage onto the supports just in case the members of Canada collapse back on the Oasis. So very sneaky.
Walk right in there.
And we're going to see Zunba here mowing down their agility. Trip and fall straight into
Oblivion. Down the ninja. Picnic here, but no, works pretty well. Really dangerous. Might die. Meanwhile, back on the point, Canada has about 50 control percent built up.
We're up here at 99%. We are hitting overtime. All by himself. 20 volts available for South Korea. It's going to take a mammoth effort for Canada. And that's going to start with agilities going down, unfortunately for them.
Well, South Korea's been doing a pretty good job battle there. Joe Meister having to burn the res early to bring it back up again. Joe Meister agilities goes down. There's no way those connected from self-destruct, and now gets a barrage off. So South Korea's going to keep with it. Jaehong comes back in for the res. He's okay. I mean, it just seems like the Valkyrie right now keeps finding themselves. And it looks like South Korea's pulling ahead.
The positioning for them has not been good, but they're also not being very well protected by their team. Canada is
taking this map,
hesitating.
I don't think there's a whole lot Canada can do to change that right now.
Even getting them kill before the reback there for Mangachu. That's going to be it.
Canada is going to take Oasis. I mean, South Korea will take Oasis. Again, air-to-air battle, commencing agilities over on the far end. South Korea will win the first map of this grand finals, get themselves an early lead. No mercy right now, again, for either team really. But they seem to really kind of have a tough time on that last round.
It does go ahead and pick up a mega health pack. They were going to be able to do well, but then their supports became targets for South Korea. It wasn't a lot of adaptation.
Right, so we'll take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back with map 2. Really don't go anywhere. Have no guardrails around there, you know? What about the average citizens of Oasis? They're going to just walk right in there.
It looks nice and grassy around there, too. Just trip and fall straight into Oblivion.
I'd like to have a picnic here, but no. It's really dangerous. Might die.
All right, so we're up here at 99%. We are hitting overtime. 20 volts available for South Korea. It's going to take a mammoth effort for Canada, and that's going to start with agilities going down, unfortunately for them.
Now Flower winning the air-to-air battle there. Joe Meister having to burn the res early to bring him back up again. Oh, and agility's caught again. There's no res.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by
but doesn't get a whole lot with it. Jaehong comes back in for the res. He's okay. He's in the Valkyrie right now.
T-Mobile.
And it looks like South Korea is pulling ahead in this fight yet again. We're into OT. South Korea on the verge of taking this map. And I don't think there's a whole lot Canada can do to change that right now.
Even getting the kill before the reback there for Mangachu, and that's going to be it.
Canada is going to take Oasis. I mean, South Korea will take Oasis. NA bias, LOL. South Korea will win the first map of this grand finals, get themselves an early lead, but man, Canada, again, making it close. But they seem to really kind of have a tough time on that last round.
Well, it looked like they were going to be able to do well, but then their supports became targets for South Korea, and it wasn't a lot of adaptation.
That's right, so we'll take a quick break, guys, and we'll be right back with map 2. Don't go anywhere.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Welcome back, guys, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals between Canada and South Korea. South Korea in the early lead here in this best of 7 with that win on Oasis, but we are already moving into Kings Row, our hybrid map for this series, and we'll see if Canada can equalize.
Yeah, we're going to see some stuff that we saw in the group stages, but haven't really experienced a whole lot of from South Korea here at BlizzCon. And one of those things is going to be Flower back on the Junkrat. And it looks like Zunba on his signature Zarya. Now, they ran a lot of these style of compositions on attack on Kings Row. Kings Row certainly also one of the best maps for Reinhardt, given the narrow chokes and the narrow streets.
That's a tricky place to lay a trap for the Junkrat. We'll see if it works out, though. Flower trying to find that early pick, I suppose, as they come around the statue. Agilities might step right into it. We'll see. Meanwhile, Canada not wasting any time moving forward. They've got XQC on the Reinhardt this time instead of the Winston.
Yeah, Surefour on the Zarya.
Whoa! He found it. He found it. There's a res from Joe Meister.
That's the one you don't want to find. So everybody will have to back off from Team Canada now.
How does that work, though? Because he's not actually walking, he's floating. So does the trap, like,
it's a very
hop up and bite him in the bunch or something?
It does. And he also puts a lot of down.
Oh, revenge! Is a dish best served with steel orbs?
That's the hallmark of you, the Zenyatta main.
That's right, yep. Welcome back, guys, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals between Canada and South Korea. South Korea in the early lead here in this best of 7 with that win on Oasis. But we are already moving into Kings Row, our hybrid map for this series.
Just hits him with the sleep dart.
Yep, that's right.
We're going to see some stuff that we saw in the group stages.
Nobody, I thought for sure he was going to take on Flowers. Very close.
A whole lot of from South Korea. Here it was. A lot of healing and that little Flower back on the Junkrat. Barely hanging on. Looks like Zunba on his signature Zarya yet again. Now, they ran a lot of these style of compositions on attack on Kings Row. Kings Row certainly also one of the best maps, particularly good composition to use Nano Boost with. You're not going to get the big fight.
That's a tricky place to lay a trap.
Probably will go on to Zunba.
Or the Junkrat. Let's see if it works out, though. Flower trying to find that early pick, I suppose. It was a long journey, but eventually Toby was the victim. Meanwhile, Canada not wasting any time moving forward. They've got XQC on the Reinhardt
simultaneously, so both teams without mercy will have to disengage. Zunba working his way up to that grab.
There's a res from Joe Meister.
No ults committed. So South Korea, that's the one you don't. So they are sitting on everybody will have to back off from Team Canada now. With only 2 minutes remaining.
Though, because he's not actually walking. He got brought back up from pretty low health.
It's a very low
managed to despite the Flowers or something.
It does. He also puts a lot of down.
There we go. Earthshatter comes in from Mano, but they gotta capitalize. Joe Meister does go down though, so it's a pretty good start. Canada still commits with the Transcendence, but I think they may regret doing that. And South Korea gonna win this fight handily.
And the Nano Boost onto Zunba allows him to get the rest of the charge on the Graviton Surge, being the big combo available. Canada does not have a diva right now to find himself in a room with Graviton multiple members get caught. They just hits him with the sleep dart bomb by
that's right, but still manages. And this is what takedowns. Well, actually, no, nobody. I thought for sure he was going to take on Flowers. Very close. You check in, but you don't check out.
Grenade. A lot of healing in that little
room. Pretty good ability. One more time, Savior will be managed to take out Agilities with that.
South Korea going to back off yet again.
And use the Graviton Surge at some point.
Boost,
but it wasn't enough, and it looks like Canada
is not actually particularly good competition to use now. He got Agilities, though. Zunba killed Agilities, and he's still at a very high charge. They are going to contest this.
It's possible. They can do it. Mano, low health, though. Surefour was coming in. Left side, there comes a time journey. Is he going to get one? Eventually, Toby was the victim. Both taken out. The Reds comes in on Mangachu right away from Canada. But Flower not quite done yet. They still can't stop Canada from getting the payload moving, though.
Distracted as they were trying to get the rest of their members through the streets onto the point. Zunba came in alongside the tire, trying to make himself a target so they wouldn't kill the Red 2 minutes remaining. Not enough though. Canada powers on through. They got quite a bit of a delay. Only 2 minutes 45 seconds remaining for them to get through the streets.
There we go. Earthshatter comes in from Mano, but they got to capitalize. Joe Meister does go down though. So it's a pretty good start. Canada still commits with the Transcendence, but I think they may regret doing that. And South Korea going to win this fight handily.
And the Nano Boost on the Zunba allows him to get the rest of the charge on the Graviton Surge being bang and we'll see Joe available. Canada does not have a diva right like that to eat this Graviton. If multiple members get caught, they will quickly find themselves pulse bombed by Savior.
Canada building a ton of momentum. This is what happens when click on the flower. It's a good angle, man.
Guys still can't move the cart while Mono's there.
But you don't check out.
Takes a couple seconds to eliminate him. Canada back on the point. Stay on more time. Interestingly enough, I thought he used the mana boost and didn't switch off, but he is sticking to
use the Graviton
his favorite hero.
But it wasn't enough, and it looks like Canada actually may be able to just take point A here. We'll see if South Korea can get back.
He got agilities, and he's still at a very high charge. They are going to contest this.
It's possible they can do it. A little bit more. Mano low health, so sure for coming in. Left side, there comes the tire. Is he going to get what he does?
Right now, so he needs to make sure that he can contain the Genji.
The res comes in on Mangachu right away from Canada. Doesn't look like that. Not quite done yet. They still can't stop Canada from getting the payload moving, though.
Distracted as they were trying to get the rest of their members through the streets onto the point.
There's a Graviton surge. Where's the
tire? Trying to make himself a target so they wouldn't kill the Riptire. Not enough
with that Riptire, so when things are all said and done, it looks like Korea may be able to hold for a bit longer, but Agility's trying to for them to get through the streets. Mangachu a tiny bit of health remaining, but he just chases XQC away.
Fire strike!
Oh no!
That was so close. Had he gotten that kill, they probably would have made it to point A immediately. Instead, there's a delay.
Yeah, and Zimba has that
staying on the right part, though. We also see Jimba. He's got that data boost out.
The Dragon played out. Both supports taken out with it. Mangachu, beautiful Riptire. They still haven't taken point B just yet, though. Canada building a ton of
on this push either, Joe. Too many have already fallen.
That's it, man.
Guys still can't move the car while Mono's there. Canada takes a couple seconds to eliminate him. At the moment, going to stay all the way. They have one push left. Joemeister just used his Valkyrie, though, but he is sticking to
the thing is
his
on this
favorite
point,
hero.
This is the worst part for the payload to get stopped at, because when you die, it's such a long run back as the attacker that Rolfa Zenyatta, man, he does not move very fast. South Korea certainly has some tools to use.
Down so he can kill this. Not going to work. Quick shield there. Savior on the McCree. There's a triple DPS dive happening right now, so he needs to make sure that he can contain the Genji.
Right there with the res, but they're going to need more. Canada doesn't look like that. And South Korea pushes it forward. XQC goes down to the pulse bomb, and South Korea looks like they may hold it right here. He was a bit on his own. And there's a Graviton surge. Where's the follow-up? Savior B gets one kill on XQC, and there's the follow-up from Flower with that Riptire. So when things are all said and done, it looks like Korea may be able to hold for a bit longer, but Agility's trying to say the opposite. Mangachu, a tiny bit of health remaining.
Can they full hold Korea? That would be the next question. We'll see if they can do that.
That's what they need to do.
They basically need to do that. That was so close. Had he gotten that kill, they probably would have made it to point C immediately. Instead, there's a delay.
When you're pushing the payload and get stopped right before point B, meanwhile Agility's had the Dragon scenario because the run back is so long, and you saw at the end, Rolf getting picked off. They still haven't taken point B just yet, though. Do their first or their big
on this push either, Doa. Too many have already fallen.
It was panic mode.
The res has been used.
That's not the best condition to be winning fights.
Canada, I think of that Riptire difficulties at the moment, pushing all the way. They have one push left. Joemeister just used his Valkyrie, though.
That was a big kill on Rolf, too. The thing is on this point, this is the worst part for the payload to get stopped at, because when you die, it's such a long run back as the attacker that Rolf on Zenyatta, man, he does not move very fast.
Mangachu just wants an angle. He's trying to get a blind down. Started yet. He's not going to work. Full shield there. From Mono. I expect him to look like
Savior finds him.
The end of 2018 rolls.
Joemeister right there with the res, but they're going to need more. Surefour up in the air now, and South Korea pushes it forward. XQC goes down to the pulse bomb, and South Korea looks like they may hold it right here, right now. They will.
On the jump defensive round for South Korea. So they're going to try and play with the desperation switch earlier games today, where you're realizing that they didn't have a lot of long-range hit scan damage. Didn't end up mattering. It was a good idea for the amount of time they had remaining. The tactical crouching just wasn't enough. Now, can they full hold Korea? That would be the next one. We'll see if they can do that.
That's what they need to do.
They basically need to do that.
Pretty much. It's not going to be easy, though. I mean, it's tough. Canada, like I said, as the attacking team, South Korea, you're pushing the payload and it gets stopped right before the hugest job ever to do. That is a nightmare scenario because the run back is so long, and you saw the streets phase. Rolf getting picked their second map right before they had to do their first or their
XQC has to hit some shots.
I kind of messed
definitely
everything
Arisa can be dangerous against the Pharah, but
that's not the best condition.
You have that Mercy there with you, or I think if that Riptire killed the side, you're going to be feeling okay. And Surefour Gets into the back lines, and that's not going to be a place where Joe Meister can really res him. He's going to try for it. That is dangerous, and he runs out of his rocket clip. Still goes down.
Doesn't matter. The reload and the revenge as Flower takes out the Mercy. There goes XQC. You saw them get the hook on the Mono, but Zumba was right there with the Zarya shield to keep him alive.
I expect him to look like he's 40 by the time.
Just not working out here on point A defensively.
Another to Sherfor, nano boost on the Flower. Wolf's still around. He's trying to get onto the point, and that's not going to work. XQC's going to be plenty available on defense. Chehong picks up 2 kills on the Junkrat, and the Agility's on the Roadhog. So they're going to try and play with this jump. We've seen it in some games today where you use the halt to pull people away from the walls. 5 minutes remaining, and then hook them easily to move through the streets.
Ritual and the health pack room begins.
Right, they've got a lot of time to go. Not too far here. Got to dodge those headshots on 2 maps in this series. Tactically crouch.
Canada sticking with what they've got right now, sacrificing those old charges may not be worth it.
Here we go.
They may need them to delay a little bit longer
South Korea on the attack
before making any kind of adjustments, but the bar is still going to be a big problem for them.
Take the payload and move it most of the way
super necessary through the streets phase. They'll win their second map.
Far is a great answer to this. I mean, XQC has to hit some shots. Definitely Orisa can be dangerous against the bar.
Very aggressive.
As long as you have that Mercy there with you or some healer.
Goes down.
You're going to be feeling okay, and Sherfor
looks like
gets into the back lines, and that's not going to be a place where Joe Meister can really res him. He's going to try for it. That is dangerous. And he runs out of his rocket clip, still goes down.
Still going to be pushing this reload and the revenge. Just Flower takes out the Mercy. There goes XQC. You saw them get the hook on the Mono, but Zumba was right there with the Zarya shield to keep him over, and then we may see a strategy for Canada just not working out here on point A defensively.
Another use it on this point. Nano boost on the Flower to regroup. Rolf still, but he's going to know that all the supports are down. And that's not going to work. Barrage continues to swing away over the top of the car. As Chehong picks up 2 kills.
Kill on the Sherfor, who's harassing him a little bit. Mangachu's tire coming in there. Killed the tire with the Mono. I think it's your Flower. You probably saved this one. Yep, they're going to have to back off just a little bit. The fight continues though.
5 minutes remaining.
Not living too long.
Yeah, they definitely need to back off right now. They're playing this too aggressively. Canada has the purchase on the payload.
They're just wasting a lot of time at this point. I mean, they thought they could just
with what they've got right now, sacrificing those old charges may not be worth it.
Come at it with a more coordinated attack. You only really need to win like maybe one,
before making any kind of adjustments, but the bar is still going to be a big problem for them.
I think we can say
will also be moving to the mirroring Sherfor on that swap.
You need to charge that barrage, man. All right, here we go. The Hulk brought everybody from South Korea together. Got that one rocket. They managed to get on the payload. It is moving a little bit with a very aggressive
step by step now, slower approach. Not everybody going in.
Goes down
one by one. Mangachu trying to create some trouble.
Looks like Canada
on the flank. Flower is on the side as well. He's putting in rockets, as you can see, coming in from the right to the left of your screen.
Takes out Joe Meister too. XQC falls to Mano, and it looks like Canada is the push that South Korea needs to set up this win. They're nearly there.
Using that transcendence, unfortunate for Rolf, but he can't do anything else right now. He has to
is over, and then we may see
getting to this red box.
It was all about delay tactics, but it's not going to be enough. South Korea will move up 2-0 in the series with a pretty easy win.
All the support holes are down. Going to lose now onto Mono, who continues to swing away over the top of the car.
I would have picked King's Row because even before the Junkrat meta started and we saw these Junkrat buffs, yeah, I think if you're Flower, you probably save this one. They're going to have to back off just a little bit. The fight continues though.
They were playing
living too long.
Yeah, they definitely need to back off right now. They're playing this too aggressively. Canada has the purchase on the payload stage.
Well, that's not the wasting a lot of time at this point. I mean, they thought they could just force it that as we go to a quick break, and when we come back, more grand finals action here on the Overwatch World Cup. You only really need to win like maybe one, maybe 2 more fights if you're South Korea, as long as those fights are won decisively.
Sabiel will also be moving to the McCree, mirroring Sherfor on that swap.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The Hulk brought everybody from South Korea together, but they've managed to get on
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers.
Approach. Not everybody going
Intel.
in. One by one. Mangachu trying to create some trouble on the flank. Flower is on the side as well. He is putting in rockets, as you can see, coming in from the right to the left of your screen.
Yeah, takes out Joe Meister too. XQC falls to Mano, and it looks like that is the push that South Korea needs to set up this win. They're nearly there.
Oh, using that transcendence. Unfortunate for Rolf, but he can't do anything else right now. He has to prevent them from getting to this red box.
It was all about delay tactics, but it's not going to be enough. South Korea will move up 2-0 in this series with a pretty easy win on Kings Row.
That was convincing.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
From South Korea. I don't know if I would have picked Kings Row, because even before the Junkrat meta started and we saw these Junkrat buffs, it was South Korea in Poland dominating people on Kings Row.
Yeah.
They were playing Reinhardt, Zarya, Junkrat before it was cool. And
pretty much.
They showed that they could flawlessly win that group stage. That's not the map I think I would have picked.
Well, some time to think about that as we go to a quick break, and when we come back, more grand finals action here on the Overwatch World Cup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Time, folks, for our grand final matchup between South Korea and Canada. As we begin to break this one down, it is 2-0 in favor of the Koreans here, and not surprising scoreline given the prowess of this team, but still though, Canada coming in with a lot of fight and nearly taking, especially Oasis against them. And James, I understand you do have a highlight for us on that.
Yeah, I mean, the first highlight we're going to show is going to be Mangachu, of course, on that Pharah, and that's basically what got them here from Poland, right, in their matchup up against Russia here. This is a beautiful 3K. He's just hitting direct after direct, chasing down Jaehong and picking up these next 2 kills. But the problem with this is that, well, they're playing solo tank, and so that leaves XQC very vulnerable. Here we have Sebiobi on the flank. At this point, he had the option to go for the pulse from either onto XQC or onto Joe Meister. But if we keep this rolling, we'll see as he makes the approach, as we get this going. Yeah, XQC and Joe Meister are right there. Sebiobi coming in right behind them. He sees it. He has the option. He goes for XQC instead.
Yeah, and that is just the underlying issue that Canada has here. They have a guy in XQC, a phenomenal tank, a Winston master, if you say so. Yet, that's all they have on the tank department. And then to top it off, Seth, they decided to go to Kings Row in game 2. Monty actually said on the cast, like, I'm bewildered why they would go to Kings Row. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm glad he kind of mentioned it, so I can kind of just echo those sentiments. This is a very poor decision by Team Canada to go to Kings Row. No matter how comfortable they think that they are with that map, South Korea is going to have the upper hand because they invented their composition around that map. That's where we see the Reinhardt and the Zarya, the Phalanx as we were calling it in Korea, just kind of come out, and we saw that in a show match versus OWWC, another one of the Korean teams, and they absolutely smashed them on Kings Row. It was disgusting. As soon as I saw
the first highlight we're going to show is going to be Mangachu, of course, on that Pharah, and that's basically what got them here from Poland, right, in their matchup up against Russia here. This is a beautiful 3K. He's just hitting direct after direct, chasing down Jaehong and picking up these next 2 kills. But the problem with this is that, well, they're playing solo tank, and so that leaves XQC very vulnerable. Here we have Sebiobi on the flank. At this point, he had the option to go for the pulse either onto XQC or onto Joe Meister. But if we keep this rolling, we'll see as he makes the approach, as we get this going. Yeah, XQC and Joe Meister are right there. Sebiobi coming in right behind them. He sees it. He has the option. He goes for XQC instead.
Yeah, and that is just Canada's performance here, because I think we're seeing Canada has solid things out of it.
I mean, we really are. Like you said, Oasis was very close, and there was a few moments there on Kings Row, pretty much up until just before point B, where they couldn't quite get it over the line. They were doing a very good job overall, but they just, Korea was able to adapt. They kept coming at them with the solo tank, going for the triple DPS, and as time goes on, Korea figures out the weaknesses and what they need to attack as far as the Team Canada composition, and they're able to just completely dismantle it. So unless they can keep bringing, no matter how comfortable they think they are with that, in these future matches, I don't know if it because they invented their composition fast restart, but then we see the Reinhardt and the Zarya, the Phalanx as we were calling it in Korea,
we're running a
just
little
kind
short
of
on
come out, and we saw that in a show match versus OWWC, another one of the Korean teams, and they absolutely smashed them on Kings Row. It was disgusting. As soon as I saw that selected by Team Canada,
don't go anywhere.
I knew it was done.
Question mark. It's the first thing he said to me. He's like, why did they not go Zimbani? And
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by
especially if you were in a solo
Republic
tank.
of
And
Gamers.
that's just what they kind of committed to.
Intel.
Like, you could have played something like a serious dive. You could have like agilities on the Genji, and then Surefour and like
NVIDIA.
Tracer, and you could have fought for that high ground. Mangachu could have played the Pharah. It probably would have worked out a little bit better for him.
Yeah, a little confusing from Korea there, but Kilios, you are the Korean expert here. Not to say James isn't either.
I'm just a Korean and an expert.
You're just a Korean and an expert. You're the OGN caster here. How are you measuring Canada's performance here? Because I think we're seeing some pretty solid things out of it.
I mean, we really are. Like you said, Oasis was very close, and there was a few moments there on King's Row, you know, pretty much up until just before point B where they couldn't quite get it over the line. They were doing a very good job overall, but they just... Korea was able to adapt. They kept coming at them with the solo tank, going for the triple DPS, and as time goes on, Korea figures out the weaknesses and what they need to attack as far as the the Team Canada composition, and they're able to just completely dismantle it. So unless they can keep bringing something new to the table in these future matches, I don't know if much is going to change. It might just be a nice, fast-paced start, but then a very slow death for Canada.
Fair point, fair point. I want to get more, but we're running a little short on time here, so we're going to just go to a commercial break. And I know everyone in here wants to watch more Overwatch. So when we come back, we're going to have the conclusion of this matchup. Don't go anywhere.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals between Canada and South Korea. Right now, South Korea up 2 maps over Canada. I know there may have been the words halftime used in the break there, but it's only halftime if it's 4-0 Monte Cristo.
And we're hoping we don't get some 4 Overwatch today.
You know, Oasis was pretty close. We've been able to avoid the 4 Overwatch so far, or the 3 Overwatch, I guess, at this point, over the weekend. I've got hope. I've got hope that we can get more than 4 maps, Monte Cristo. We're moving on to Hanamura for our assault map. It's going to be Canada on the attack first, South Korea on the defense. And we see that same South Korean composition that's worked so well for them. The snatch and grab comp. Call it that, I guess.
I think it's a good snatch and grab is a good name for the composition.
That's right. Use the halt to pull people into an easy roadhog hook. And we'll see if Canada gets grabbed. No, not the first one.
Flower on the McCree right now, so they were expecting a possible Pharah or triple DPS composition here.
Yep, sure enough. And hook, there it is. No, wait, Surefour just gets grabbed. Thought I saw hook. Yeah, they did hook Mangachu. Okay, there we go. Surefour dying on the tertiary of that fight. And Mangachu gets snapped and grabs. Uh-oh. Ooh, the reflect was up.
Nice reflect. Managing to save him. Like it was getting hairy, but he slips away.
Needed that cooldown big time. You can see how it works, yeah. Look at that. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals between Canada and South Korea.
Right now,
South Korea
switch Mangachu to the jumper so they can break through these Orisa shields.
There may have been the words halftime used. So dangerous, man. It's only halftime. Kills off XQC. Save your
and we're hoping we don't get some 4 Overwatch today.
South Korea holding was pretty close. They've been able to avoid the 4 Overwatch so far. Just to 3 Overwatch. Cover Toby as he res the Savior over the weekend. A little group excursion to save. Hope that we can get more than 4 maps.
There has to be an answer to this. I mean, I like Canada, what they're doing with their composition. They get an Orisa of their own, and they say, okay, we are going to have first South Korea on the defense. These shields and break these barriers.
South Korean composition that's worked so well for them. Wow, okay, they didn't get the kill, but again, it's tough. Well, they did get a kill in the end, and now the whole hog comes in. Transcendence used by roll people everybody. Easy road Canada just going to keep getting pushed back, and a couple ultimate kills for South Korea. Oh, the reverse hook
on the McCree right now, so they are
in the end, though. It looks like South Korea is still going to hold
a triple DPS competition. Is going to get badly staggered at the end of the fight too.
There it is.
South Korea, they're so good at getting these initial hits, and then they just aggressively move forward, trying to clean up as much of the enemy team as they possibly can. Well rehearsed though with the alt hook.
This was such a well-practiced strategy from South Korea. They're going to have to worry about the riptide now.
Getting hairy,
see what Mangachu can do in this.
Slips away.
Over the top. Oh, you did that cooldown big time. You can see how it works. There we go. Look at that. Down and another reflect. Agility's having to save those. He tried to wait out right now. The damage reduction from Mano, but that didn't work out.
And he switched Mangachu to the jump red so they can break through these Orisa
at the beginning of the fight. But Sabielby finds the kill. Joe Master, so dangerous, man. They need those supports, kills off XQC. Sabielby somehow kills come in on both sides, but it really starting to look holding strong. Like South Korea's going to take this one too. Oh yeah, just to cover Toby as he reses Sabielby, and that should be about it. It's all cleaned up now. Agility's making a go of it here, but he's kind of stuck. Oh, that's the kill on the Zuma.
What they're doing with their composition. They get an Orisa of their own, and they say, okay, we're going to have more damage
Canada put
to bust these shields and to break these barriers. Mangachu now moving over to the D.Va. They are going triple
okay, they didn't get the kill, but again, it's tough. Well, they did get a kill in the end, and now the whole hog comes in. Transcendence used by Holt, and everybody on Canada just going to keep getting pushed back. And a couple ultimate kills for South Korea.
There's nowhere for those support players to go, unfortunately. It was a good play.
In the end, though, it looks like South Korea is still going to hold.
Rolf is going to get badly staggered at the end of the fight. 30 seconds, and they just moved to triple tank, which is going to take getting these initial picks, and then they just aggressively walk up to the point and try to get there as much as the enemy team as they possibly can. They needed to switch to this with a couple minutes left.
It's just such a well-practiced strategy. Kill on Sabielby. They're going to have to worry about the point in a hurry now. We'll see what 10 seconds remaining now. Coming up over the top. They at least killed Sabielby where Flower can't get to him. But there we go. Tracer can get back to the fight quickly. Here they are. They're on the point right now. We tried to wait out. Ready to go. The damage reduction. Shields with it at least, but that didn't work out. Waiting it out. Here comes the supercharger time. No, the best to bring back Canada at the beginning of the fight. Here comes the Transcendence to cover South Korea as they come back. They need those support. Surefour just getting juggled by bullets. Kills come in on both sides, but it's really starting to look like South Korea's going to take this one too. Oh yeah, with another kill. Yeah, South Korea getting pushed back. Cleaned up now. Agility Canada making go of it here, but he's kind of stuck. Take points.
That was a big risk, Dylan, but because Sabielby died in a place where Toby couldn't res him, it bought them the time they needed to walk onto the point, and the tanks were too much in combination with the Transcendence. They tried to make a play, as you can see, is basically to outlast and slowly the whole hog just doesn't get the damage down for this assault.
All right, let's watch Mangachu again. Coming up really big for his team on that. Oh, wow.
Into confined space. There's nowhere for those support players to go, unfortunately.
It comes in from the side. You don't want Flower for that kill on the roll. That's got to be careful here. Place to be if you're a support.
I mean, they have 30 seconds, and they just moved to triple tank, which is going to take a long time to position and to walk up to the point.
And they don't even get there. They need to get to the position and goes down fast. They can't
need to switch to this.
I don't think Toby can get to it. Joe Meister is able to bring back Surefour, but they need to get on the point now with the Valkyrie. 10 seconds Canada's going to commit to this attack. They're bringing in the Transcendence as well from Joe Meister. Surefour on the high ground has to control Sabielby. Get back to the fight. He's getting a little bit low here. Meanwhile, Agility's has a whole Deadeye ready to go. On the point right now, but gets forced back into the room and take him down. Waiting it out. Fans from South Korea obviously still there. The bell gives Canada some cover. Here comes the Transcendence to cover South Korea as they come in. And with that whole hog, Surefour just getting juggled by bullets. That doesn't look like a lot of fun, but it's kills for Canada in the end, and they may just have it. It looks like they might. Yeah, South Korea getting pushed back, and Canada will somehow, some way take point A.
This was a big risk, Dylan, but because Sabielby died in a place where Toby couldn't res him, so that they can position the soldier with his walk onto the point, and the tanks were too much in combination with the Transcendence. They tried to make a play, as you can see, in the corner onto Surefour, but the whole hog just doesn't out-damage the healing from that Trans.
Canada on the run. Really big kills out of that one D.Va from the self-destruct, but South Korea capitalizing on the split from Canada. Sabielby comes in from the side. Nice kill on the Flower by Surefour. And they have to get people on the point. I was going to say, yeah, I mean, all this is for nothing if they don't do that. But the kills coming in, they need to start that control meter building, though. They're getting kills, and there we go. Finally, comes to the point right now. Gets in the wrong position and goes down fast. They can't present there. But here comes Attack Visor now. The coverage is able to bring back Surefour. The Transcendence And now with the South Korea, Canada's going to commit to this attack. Yep, that's right. The emergency Bastion up Flower Classic. And Sherwood trying to survive. He's getting a little bit low here. Meanwhile, Agilities has a he's going to be able to do it for quite a while. Gets forced back into the room and take him down. Finally taken down by Obviously still there. Canada, meanwhile, they're going to be happy doing quite well in this fight. Has held for just a bit longer. Tranquility. Absolutely.
Here are we going to see the tanks. The tanks trying to survive as long as they can. Point can be difficult because you don't have the ability to move from the high ground to the low ground. Possibly looking into a Genji, but looks like they're content with this pickup for now.
Agilities trying to survive on the point, but the help of his team, they've got 2 ticks already. Here comes Mano. He's on the main now, just trying to stall for as long as they possibly can, so that they can position the soldier with his kills on the supports that they need. Hook misses for Agilities, trying to get around to the back line right now. To watch out a little bit. They've got the kill on the Mano, comes in from behind on that May. And here comes the self-destruct though. Canada on the run. No kills out of that one from the self-destruct, but South Korea capitalizing on the split from Canada.
And you have to give a lot of credit to Canada. We came in thinking they do triple T at DPS. That they were going to use my magnitude their normal flex tank
but the kills coming in, they need to start that control meter building though. Instead getting kills, and there we go, finally. Onto the point right now. South Korea has a respawn. They've got a couple ultimates, but here comes the Attack Visor now. The coverage is pretty good though from Canada. The Transcendence
patient
on the side of South Korea,
and they get the necessary positioning.
Yep, that's right. The emergency
They come in with only 32 seconds remaining, but they do get the job done, and they do cap
raging monkey. And he's going to be able to do it for quite a while. Do the healing from Joma. Wow, finally taken down by Zimba. But Canada, meanwhile, the rest of his team doing quite well in this fight. South Korea still able to win another Tranquility or Transcendence out of the woods quite yet, but a pretty decent attack as long as they can.
Mono went back into the spawn. I like that they're willing to experiment coming in on the Bastion, great hook. They definitely threw South Korea for a loop there.
I think Agilities trying to survive on the point, but the help of his team, they've got 2 ticks already. Here comes Mano. He's on the main now, just trying to stall for as long as they possibly can. Mangachu though, still finding the kills on the supports that they need. Hook misses for Agilities, trying to get around to the back line.
Better adaptations towards point B.
Watch out a little bit.
Even to a certain degree, pulling up the Bastion
comes in from behind on that May. That's right, the May. So here we go. South Korea on the attack. Canada on the defense. We've heard the desk talk about as the match goes on.
And you have to give a lot of credit to Canada. We came in thinking they do triple T DPS, that they were going to use Mangachu, their normal flex tank player, and try and put him on the jump grab, try and put him on the Pharah, on the Widowmaker. Instead, this time they run triple
bigger push if you're going to try to
Korea doesn't have enough damage to actually burn the tanks down, going to be ready. It was applauding methodical attack from Canada, but they're very patient in the way they approach, and they get the necessary positioning. It takes a while. They come in with only 32 seconds remaining, but they do get the job done, and they do cap both points.
That was really just grinding out the win for Canada.
To run with the rest of it.
Of course,
so
the
Roll's
chance
actually going to get J-Hong.
I feel like, you know, in a couple minutes here, we've seen Canada look strong early, and South Korea still able to win in the end. Some switching here. So they're not out of the woods quite yet. Did not look healthy on the decent attack round for Canada. Zinba.
Yeah, I think they can keep going with this. I like that they're willing to experiment. They just need to be more aggressive to buy that time. Sabiel's actually still alive through South Korea for a loop on the flank, as we can see. If Korea had decided maybe to go
he wishes he could turn back time a little bit farther than usual in this case.
It's not very useful option there, clearly, to go. They don't know he's there, which would have been problematic. They were not paying attention to the kill. Obviously, that wasn't a choice on point A, but they could have made better adaptations towards point B. Even to a certain degree, pulling out the Bastion makes some plays. Agility's up on the high ground, but they found their opening to get in here and get the sideline. So that's what happened.
The defense is shot. Heard the Flower was looking for, takes down the Mercy, and now he's free and clear.
Mangachu can answer their ability to adapt. That's huge. So neither Res, Mangachu,
not quite hidden where he thought he was, can equalize. Still visible.
And we are going to have Flower
and Agility's taking
on the Widowmaker.
Everybody watching Flower now. A lot of this is on him.
He's going to try for that. Agility's has to get that kill outside going to be ready, because as soon as Flower by their positioning, they're not giving sightlines right now in onto the flank. They have Agilities on the high ground, just scouting for this to see if it's coming.
I think they probably are expecting this Widowmaker. It doesn't look like they're going to try to go in for any sort of pretty good defense. Smart. They need to hold this one.
Canada is terrified because they haven't seen run with the rest of it. So Roll's actually going to get J-Hong, and they know there's going to be 2 support coming up super soon, and Joe Meister is still relatively far away from that Valkyrie. So this is a good chance for South Korea to snowball this. If Flower can get a first pick, they should be able to make this point. They just need to be more aggressive to buy that time. Sabiobi's actually still alive. They don't have anybody to pressure right now. Shurford is all the way in the back of the spawn. So maybe he's beating. He wishes he could turn back time. Walk outside that angle. They are pinned inside there right now. They are. It's not very useful for him, but they don't know he's there right now.
No, he can sneak in and get some.
They were not paying attention to the kill feed.
Doesn't connect. This is it.
All right, Shurford.
All right, he's trying to distract. Flower getting very low.
Or Agility's rather, but now they have an opportunity to make some convince Flower that he doesn't want to be there. Sabiobi will found their opening to get in here and get the sidelines, and that's what happens.
That's a shot that Flower was looking for. Takes down the Mercy.
And now he's free. How do you get the res?
I'm not sure. You got it.
That's huge. So neither res. Mangachu looks like Sabiobi died.
Shurford not quite hitting where he thought he was.
Shurford managed to pick him off out there.
Still visible. I think you're right. On the way down there. Agility's taking some fire. Oh, it's Widow v. Widow here now. Flower turns to water.
This is on him. And he died with his Valkyrie. Had to get that kill outside of the point.
South Korea. As soon as that was a close reflector, Agility's now comes in, finishes the job at Flower. Back up again immediately. Looks like South Korea is going to get point A. Has to watch out for that self-destruct. Oh, can't quite finish off Mangachu. Agility's with the flex again. Comes in with the dash. 2 DPS trying to take down Flower. Canada just brings so much pressure from the other team. Shurford just trying to dodge. Man, what a fight. Flower's staying alive. Toby has to bring Sabiobi back out. So this is just a one-life Flower gets. Unless he wants to sit through the respawn timer. This is a good chance for South Korea. He's in primal range right now. Flower's still looking for those shots. And meanwhile, the Dragon Blade out for Agility's. I think Canada is going to hold this one.
Agility's in Shurford, teaming up on the Widowmaker, gave Joe Meister enough time to respawn and then get his Valkyrie out. So that was some great interference run by the 2 DPS players of Team Canada.
Right now. True now. Oh, Jaehoong's like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and protect the support and get the kills 2 right there.
I mean, if Jaehoong could turn this around, that would be amazing.
It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it from him. He is one of the most kill-crazy, bloodthirsty supports in the game right now. All right. And they're working on it. They've got 2 ticks already. They're getting closer. And they're getting pushed back. Nobody able to really get on Jaehoong right now. There's another kill on the Shurford. And now for the respawns. They get it. Never mind any respawn. South Korea will take the point with 3:59 remaining. Widow here now. What a performance out of Jaehoong on that with his Valkyrie.
If he hadn't gotten those picks,
for South Korea.
that would have been a close reflector Agility for South Korea.
Finishes the job at Flower. Back up again
immediately. Sprinting back on the Soldier 76.
Watch out, that's up. Smart change from finish on Mangachu. Agility's with the reflect again. Comes in with the dash. 2 DPS trying to take down Flower. He just brings so much pressure from the other team. Shurford just trying to dodge. Man, what a fight. Flower's staying alive. Toby has to bring Sabiobi back out. So this is just the one-life Flower gets. Unless he wants to sit through the respawn timer. Mano takes down Wolf. He's in primal rage right now. Flower's still looking for those shots. And meanwhile, the Dragon Blade out for Agility's. I think Canada is going to hold this one.
Agility's in Shurford, teaming up on the Widowmaker, gave Joe Meister enough time to respawn and then get his Valkyrie out. So that was a great interference run by the 2 DPS players of Team Canada. And I was thinking about what Team Canada would do.
Jaehoong's like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and protect the support and get the kills 2 right there.
I mean, if Jaehoong could turn this around, that would be amazing.
I'm surprised that they're going to do that again
because of how long it takes to approach the point.
Kill-crazy, bloodthirsty supports in the game right now. Genji, please don't stand. They're working on it. They've got 2 ticks already. They're getting closer.
Is it his ancient artwork?
Canada getting pushed back. Nobody able to really get on Jaehoong right now. There's another kill on the Shurford. And now for the respawns. They get it. Never mind any respawn. South Korea will take the point with 3:59 remaining. What a performance out of Jaehoong on the right side. It looks like the end.
If he hadn't gotten those picks, in the room, that would have been a much longer push for South Korea. But the fact that he got the kills and Flower returning, sprinting back on the Soldier 76, smart change from him. Drop down once again in this doorway, but they keep getting 4 minutes to go. Mano and
you know, and that's what makes this team so deadly, right? Because you have to worry about Flower, and you have to worry about Savior B, but you've got people like
Agility's
didn't land the hook. We're not only so good at saving people,
you know, or landing a back on the point right now,
but they could really get kills at crucial times too.
Canada's nice and healthy though, and at some point South Korea has to run in here. They haven't stopped not be going them from actually getting onto the point. Savior B is dead.
Yeah, that's pretty standard down now. Looks like it might be a pretty quick point. Hey, Toby's like, no, coming back in for the res on D'Amato, but Rolf this time, he's the one fragging out on the Zenyatta.
If I were and
Canada really taking to South Korea here on point A, it looks like they will claim it. Not much South Korea can do to slow them down at this point. Great first attack from Canada.
That they're going to do that again because of how long it takes to approach the point when you only have the attack. Or Canada rebuffed all those dives from South Korea. They tried to catch them in some of those open parts, but very methodical. Isn't it his ancient artwork though? Doesn't he like this triple tank work for them? Nobody getting out of position. Everybody staying patient until they can get the big pick or the big hook that's going to set them up for victory.
His history. Yep, he's a machine now. Already take the high ground. Canada walking right in. They're going to go around the right side. It looks like there's a kill on the Korea trying to track them down that we saw before. The damage is too high. Toby gets caught by the Deadeye. Tragedy for South Korea. Canada. Let's see if they can capitalize now. Surefour maybe going to take a tree on their head. Back in the corner. Staying alive. Do the transcendence. They keep getting harassed. The kill comes in at the very end. Meanwhile, though, Joemeister gets the double red. Surefour is back, and Canada is on the point. Nearly 2 ticks already. XQC looking for something. They get 2 ticks. Are you kidding me? Are they actually going to finish it with just a minute starting on the clock when they began their attack?
At some point, South Korea has to run in here. They haven't stopped. Them from actually getting onto the point. Savior B is dead.
Yeah, that's right. So is Anna now. It looks like it's going to be a pretty quick break. Toby's like, no, coming back in for the res on D'Amato. But Rolf this time, he's the one fragging out on the Zenyatta.
Small
and Canada really taking to South Korea here on point A.
You normally they will never run that when you only have a minute.
South Korea can do to slow them down at this point.
Extremely
first attack from Canada. Let's take a quick look at a little bit more time on the clock at the end of that one.
They rebuffed the attack, or Canada rebuffed all those dives from South Korea. They tried to catch them in some of those open parts, but very methodical again in the approach. So Canada making this triple tank work for them. Nobody getting out of position. Everybody staying patient until they can get the big pick or the big hook that's going to set them up for victory.
I would agree. Nice is how I would describe the end of that one for Team Canada. Needs to defend South Korea. They may have a lot of time on the clock, but try that time that we finished on. The damage is too high. Toby gets caught by the Deadeye. Tragedy for South Korea. Canada. Let's see if they can capitalize now. Surefour maybe going to take a tree off the head.
So far they haven't had any answers.
Back in the corner, staying alive, do the transcendence, but no! The kill comes in at the very end. Meanwhile, though, Joemeister gets the double red. Surefour is back, and Canada is on the point. Nearly 2 ticks already. XQC, I was looking for something. I didn't expect them to be ticks. Are you kidding me? Are they actually going to finish it with just a minute starting on the clock when they began their attack round? They are trying. They've got everybody. It does, yeah. Canada not making this up. Will win their time on the Widowmaker yet again. South Korea with a mountain to climb here. They want to go up 3-0 in this series. Wow, being very aggressive, and already I think they've got Savior beyond the point.
Very
little bit of control meter built up there for Korea.
With that composition.
3 tanks, though.
You normally would never run that when you only have a minute. But they did. They executed extremely well.
Let's take a quick close shot reaction from the Canada team. Finishes him off. Joemeister's going to bring him right back up again, but Flower's going to be hard to get rid of up there. Agilities does take down Mono, though. So Korea without one of their tanks. Into the windows. Ooh, gotta be close. Jaehoon takes out Rolf. So there's one Zenyatta out of the way.
Kree was betrayed by his hat there.
He ate the bomb.
So we didn't see that off the screen.
I would agree. Nice is how I would describe the end of that one for Team Canada. South Korea, they may have a lot of time on the clock, but looking for a different position to finish
out of here. Roadhog's a giant ultimate battery right now. They have to trace him down, get through this, and try and get some percent for a snowball push. Canada going to do the one. They already have 4 points. There's no need to get fancy here.
Yeah, Mangachu just trying to use up as much time as he can out of South Korea's time
remaining, but
Still 3 minutes on the clock, though, for South Korea to come in here and try to take point B. Flower ahead of the back there. I always wonder, I didn't expect them to be dressed as
much better position than the last time they were on point B defense. So
defending trying to win Hanamura.
XQC got knocked out by Zunba.
Yeah, that's right. The charge came in and knocked XQC into a very vulnerable position. Flower on the Widowmaker yet again. South Korea with a mounting right here. They want to go up 3-0 in this series. Wow, Flower being very aggressive and already I think they've got opportunity for Flower and he couldn't land the shot. Surefour now putting him under a lot of pressure.
But he can't follow him back up there as fast as Flower can get up there. So
maybe he'll be trying to open it up for Flower. Flower not under anywhere near as much pressure as he was before. Joemeister just sit back there and spawn. Xavier will be putting a lot of pressure on the spawn. Finishes him off. One tick already for South Korea. Back up nearly two. Will they get two? They do. South Korea nearly with 2 points already here on a very quick attack run. Joemeister goes down. No more reses for Canada for a while. Here comes the Transcendence, but it doesn't stop Flower from finishing off Surefour.
He was betrayed by his hat there.
Oh my gosh, Canada! Flower comes back up after being taken down, gets rezzed, and South Korea is so close to finishing this for the moment. Flower looking for a different position here. And with a minute 54 left on the clock, South Korea will equalize. We are going to a third round on Hanamura.
Wow. Canada going to do the wise thing. That was a very impressive bait here from South Korea.
Just trying to use up as much time as he can out of South Korea's time bank.
Was Flower
still 3 minutes on the clock though for South Korea to come in here
and they were
trying to take point B. Flower
XQC uses his Winston lead. Canada's ultimate economy is in a much better position than the last time they were on point B defense. Opportunity. Actually, XQC got knocked out by Zunba.
Yeah, that's right. The charge came in and knocked XQC into a very vulnerable position.
Are they going to try and get there with the Mercy?
And you know, just when you think South Korea's out, man, they find a way to stay back in it. That's really been the theme of this entire playoff weekend here at BlizzCon.
Surefour now putting him under a lot of pressure here.
They're on the verge of losing the map. No, verge of losing a series, and they find a way to pull it out in the end. All right,
they're just
clutching harder and force Joemeister just sit back there and spawn. Xavier will be putting a lot of pressure on the spawn door right now. One tick already for South Korea. Nearly two. Will they get two? They do. South Korea nearly with 2 points already here. A very quick attack run. Joemeister goes down. No more reses for Canada for a while. Here comes the Transcendence, but it doesn't stop Flower. Getting a shot. Surefour.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, Canada.
Agility's not going to be on the hog.
Flower comes back up after being taken down. Gets rezzed. South Korea so close to finishing.
He's standing up there so he can blink over to where Flower's going to be.
And with a minute 54 left on the clock, South Korea will equalize. We are going to a third round on
going around the outside right now, being very aggressive.
All I can say is that was a very impressive bait from South Korea.
They just want to come in and be a battering ram. It looks like, oh, did he get the knockoff? No, not quite. It was a close affair.
But they do get XQC in the end. Flower taken out by Agilities. Are there any reses coming through? It doesn't look like there are quite
pressure onto Flower.
But the Tracers in the room very vulnerable right now.
Trying to hunt down this. If Joemeister abilities, he would have died. But he can't really win the Tracer. First pick, so getting the recall, playing around the health back well.
Planning there. Took out Joemeister though, so no mercy for Canada at the moment. Mangachu
South Korea's out,
trapped in that tiny room. And remember,
that's really
South Korea only needs that first tip to win Hanamura
here at BlizzCon.
And they are in prime position to do it. Agility is really low. Can they track him down?
And they find a way to pull it out
back on the McCree. Roll meanwhile takes out Xavier.
That could be critical to turn this one around.
Certainly could be.
Close matches.
They may have it defended for the moment. No, they're so close. South Korea still getting tiny bits of time here and there. I mean, Flower though forces up the Transcendence from roll.
Valkyrie already used though by Toby from South Korea. XQC trying to deal with Flower. Make sure that he doesn't have those free shots, but Sabione will double back and take him out.
Canada on the defense. XQC down. Toby comes in with the pulse bomb. No kills onto that one though. Toby brings Mano back into the fight, and Sabione going crazy here. 2 kills. Full support's taken out, and this may be exactly what South Korea needs. The control meter is building, and yes,
going around the outside right now, being very aggressive.
Flowers back on the flank. He's up on the roof next to the
from being our 2017 Overwatch World Cup champion.
Oh, did he get the knockoff? No, not quite. It was a close affair,
but they do get XQC in the end. Flower taken out by Agilities. Are there any reses coming through? It doesn't look like there are quite yet. But the Tracer's in the room, very vulnerable right now.
Very close. Trying to hunt down this really delivered some excellent games here in this year's World Cup.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice getting the recall, playing around the health pack well.
That was took out Joemeister though, so no mercy for Canada at the moment. Mangachu again get their heads back in the game. We'll take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, South Korea only needs that first hit to win Hanamura. And they are in prime position to do it. Agility is really low. Can they track him down? Gotta keep away from that health back in Sherborne. Back on the McCree.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers.
They may have it defended for the moment. No, they're so close. South Korea still getting tiny bits of time here and there. Flower, though, forces out the Transcendence from Roll.
Valkyrie already used, though, by Toby from South Korea.
Yep.
XQC trying to deal with Flower, make sure that he doesn't have those free shots, but Sabiondi will double back and take him out.
XQC down and out. Sabiondi comes in with the pulse bomb. Ooh, no kills out of that one though. Toby brings Mano back into the fight, and Sabiondi going crazy here. 2 kills, both supports taken out, and this may be exactly what South Korea needs. The control meter is building, and yes, South Korea will win Hanamura and put themselves 1 map away from being our 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
They were just waiting for that Transcendence piled on the point. They knew the Transcendence from Rolf had already been used, and Canada just can't outfight that amount of healing. So very, very close map. Hanamura has really delivered some excellent games here at this year's World Cup.
Oh, absolutely. And man, that was a heartbreaker for Canada, but they've got a little bit of time to digest it, get their heads back in the game. We'll take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, map 4, don't go anywhere.
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup here at BlizzCon. Canada down 0-3 to South Korea right now, and that means, Monte Cristo, South Korea just 1 map win away from taking home the gold.
Absolutely, and we saw a lot in that last match of focus on the Widowmaker. I guess Flower is so exceptional in that hero, but quietly in that last match, Sabiondi on Hanamura went 63 eliminations and 9 deaths. So we want to talk about a real hero there. That is a very impressive stat line.
No kidding. 63 eliminations, 9 deaths out of 5 rounds on Hanamura. Sounds pretty good. Well, guess what, guys? We're going to Junkertown. Time to set sail on the high dirt trail. Well, at least it rhymed, right? Whatever. Canada on the offense, South Korea on the defense, and the pirate ship is underway. Surefour on that bastion, getting protected by those shields. I love watching this.
For those of you joining us for the first time on Junkertown, this is a very popular strategy using Reinhardt, Orisa, and Bastion. And we call it the pirate ship. They're sitting on a pile of plunder. And they've got sails with the barriers, and of course a giant cannon with the Bastion.
That's right. Sometimes too, if you add the Torbjorn in there. It's tough to dislodge the Bastion, but if you do, it's hard for the attacking team to get back on again. So far, so good for Canada, as they pretty much forced South Korea to go wherever they wanted them to. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2017 Overwatch World Cup here at BlizzCon. Canada down 0-3 to South Korea right now, and that means, Monte Cristo,
and now South Korea just they wanted to win away on the Widow from taking home the Junkrat to try and get Vixen to damage these barriers. But now they're going to go for a match of focus on the Widowmaker, switching to the Tracer and the Genji so exceptional in that hero on this Bastion. Quietly, this thing is just going to keep rolling until they can actually on Hanamura with these 63 eliminations and 9 deaths. So we want to talk about a real hero there. That is a very impressive stat line.
No kidding. 63 is going to take a bit of a
Sabiondi just got a nano boost
out of 5 rounds. Sounds pretty good. Well, guess what, guys? We're going to Junkertown. Agilities, I guess, so that time to Surefour in the ultimate has to spend some time giving himself heals. He still does get a couple kills here. Deep the offense, South Korea on the defense, and the pirate ship is underway. Surefour just can't survive the pressure, protected by those shields.
Hello. Watching this. For those of you joining us for the first time on Junkertown, this is a very popular strategy. This is one of Sherbor's favorite heroes, and he is incredibly proud. We call it the pirate ship. They're sitting on a pile of plunder all the time. And they've got sails with the barriers, on over 50 bastions, and of course a giant cannon with the bastion. That's actually crazy. That's great. Wow. Sometimes two of you add the Torbjorn. I'm impressed. It's tough to dislodge the bastion, but if you do, to keep people alive, but Canada back on again. Doing so far so good for Canada as they pretty much force South Korea to go where they take a smooth point B. It's going to be that minutes left on the clock just to push the payload a little bit further. That's right. It's Korea in a rough situation with that ult reset. Jaehong used the nano here comes the switch up. They wanted to run Sabiel beyond the window. An optimal target, but with a Junkrat having just switched to damage these barriers. But might as well just use it and try and rebuild by the time Flower gets his Dragon Blade. Switching to the Tracer and the Genji. I mean, it's funny to see how this match goes because this thing is just going to keep rolling until they can actually remove the problem with these late switches. You're not going to have a pulse bomb. And then they come back on their attacker and do the same thing. But right now it's all about Canada. Whoa, except for right now. See, I'm sorry, I cast Curse Canada. I apologize for that. Sabiel just got a say South Korea coming in, winning a fight pretty handily. And they're using the Orisa to manipulate people over the barriers for Roadhog. Sherborne in the ultimate has to spend some time giving himself yield. He still does get a couple kills here. The D-Max Zumba as well. Back in the turret form right now. Flower trying to reflect, but he just can't survive the pressure from Canada. The world that Zumba lived through that one. That was about as close as it gets. Sherborne just ecstatic to be playing Bastion right now. I actually do know that this is one of Sherborne's favorite heroes, and he is brought back up immediately. Sherborne has the ultimate, takes on Flower before going back to his normal form. It's like, I have 80% win rate on over 50 Bastion games. Sherborne needs to be careful. Ooh, those grenades actually crazy. That grenade spam is going to be very deadly if he starts to stick in one place for too long. Transcendence to keep people alive. Tries to take another angle. He's going to take the spin here. They crush that middle of the map. Trying to get back to the supports. Jaehong is there. Dealing damage. He's going to get a bubble with 5 minutes left on the clock. Azumba to push the payload a little bit further. Get you out as well. Korea in a rough situation with that. That's going to be another win for South Korea despite the road to Tracer. How can you put really an optimal target, but with Flower having just switched to the Genji with Bastion? You might as well just use it and try to rebuild by the time Flower gets his Dragon Blade. I mean, it's funny to see how this map looks like because we see a lot of this. Like, defense is just not able to stop his strategy at all. And then they come back on their attack zone right now. The same thing. Right now, it's all about Canada. Whoa, except for right now. I'm sorry, I to try and finish off this kill. And he wishes he still had that sleep down right now. South Korea coming in, winning a fight for a little longer, and has to dodge that self-destruct. They're using the Orisa to manipulate people over the barriers for Roadhog. Korea able to hold Canada off, especially for just a little bit longer. Jaehong getting really aggressive on this Ana, but the dive from the Genji. Flower will switch that fire grenade again. He was up there, but he's not going to die. 3 HP. Just 3 hit points for Jaehong, and he stays alive. The Bongo taken down by XQC, though. That's super charged for Mono. Not lasting as long as he wanted. Back up his agility. You bet he takes out Flower before going back to his normal form. Man. Agility's thought he was being cheeky with that. But needs to be careful with those grenades. And his hopes of healing grenade spam is going to be very deadly if he starts to stick it one place. This is going to be a brutal stagger. Moves up into the high ground, tries to take another angle. He's going to take the spin here. Middle of the map, but trying to get back to the supports. Jaehong is there, however, dealing damage. He's going to get a bubble 20 seconds off Winston. Azumba takes out Showmeister. Name is Magnificent. You are playing against South Korea in the finals. And that's going to be another win for South Korea, despite the agility. Not even surviving to make it over to Zumba. To sleep or a robot, as it were, with Bastion. I don't know, man. I love the diva torture at the end of these choices. You would, you sadistic questions. Monster looks like that. I saw what you did to those shirts. You ruined 2 shirts yesterday just to prove a point. Indeed, Jaehong on his own right now. XQC trying to deal with this Ana. He's going to go to primal rage and try and finish up this kill. And he wishes he still had that sleep down right now. Goes on the biotic grenade. Agility's for them a little bit longer. But they're dodging out on the struggle. Looks like Canada maybe able to finally get this pushed again. Korea able to hold Canada moving. On point C for just a little bit longer. Jaehong getting really aggressive on this Ana, but hey, what else is new, right? They get some distance, but they're not going to be able to finish on this push. He was up there, but he's not going to do it. Not playing spawn wars, actually. Just 3 hit points for Jaehong, and he stays alive. Oh, the Bongo taken down by XQC, though. That's supercharged for Mono. Not lasting as long as he wanted to. Look at this agility. You bet he is. Jaehong
He was on Doomfist for a moment anyway. See if he sticks around to it until he brings Mano back. I guess he is. But here comes the tire.
Of healing soon enough.
CBG's doesn't afraid of anything. They hate it.
And this is going to be a brutal
too much. Actually didn't get any kills with that. Oh, man.
They exploding, but they stopped to actually die.
Oh, it hurts bad. Canada still pushing this payload ahead.
You do not know how 20 seconds
coming in for South Korea, but it may not be enough. Your name is playing in South Korea. Canada's on the verge of finishing this attack run, agilities, not even surviving to make it over to Zumba. Left on the clock, and they will get all 3 points on Junkertown.
I love the deep torture.
Dicey there at the end after an easy ride through point A and B. Monster.
But they finally smashed through and get all 3 shirts yesterday. Challenging South Korea.
Horrible.
Complete the map as well. Shirt abuse.
And another kill on the Jillmeister. This is why. It's rough. Here comes Zumba again with the whole hog. A little bit of that reflected into him right now. Has to avoid agilities for the moment, but they're hanging out on the payload. Looks like Canada may be able to finally get this pushed again.
Be on Anna's team.
There we go. It's moving. You're 40 left on the clock.
Lots of hope South Korea, though, as they respawn.
Pin cushion.
They get some distance, but they're not going to be able to finish off with this push.
It's like, could you find a better way to do this?
A little bit further forward. They're not playing spawn doors, actually, so Savioli is somehow going to slip away and get to a health back. He's going to delay the card while the rest of his team...
Yep.
Mano is now on Doomfist.
Well, not anymore. Yeah, he's dead. If it's like he was on Doomfist for a moment, anyway. You don't notice. Or maybe she's just Toby brings Mano back. I guess he is. Here comes the tire. The right nerve. They see me roll your body with each dart. Oh, they're not hating too much. Actually, didn't get any kills with that. Now we
exploding, but not enough to actually die. Acupuncture, yeah.
Yep. Canada next, still pushing this payload ahead. Just a bit, but Canada with 3 points coming in for South Korea, but it may not be enough. Getting ready to keep up. And Canada see what they've got in store for us. Of finishing this attack run, and they will. 48 seconds left on the clock, and they will get all 3 points on
You'll see they're very close to the spawn. Nagachu is creeping around. He after an easy ride through point A and B.
I've never seen a Junkrat do that before.
They finally smashed through and get all 3
I can't believe it. I'm going to try that on the
ladder.
To a trap in front of the spawn door. What an idea.
He was crouching there, though.
This again. Look at this. This is why.
See if they.
This is why Jaehong is one of the most dangerous men alive.
They're going to see it.
Nap time.
Doesn't have to look at him while he gets the kill with that damage over the time for his
darts. Fade away dart. All right. That's right. Here we go. I don't know if I'd want to be on starting off team though. Really aggressively on defense, but they find themselves a bit split up here. Jaehong under a lot of pressure, but he's able to kind of hang out near the doors and stay alive. Sleep dart not connecting that time. It's like, could you find a better way to do this, Anna? Like, sorry, Canada is bottling up South Korea for the moment.
From long range. You always have to love watching.
You don't like the darts and just die.
Too, because how fast he can switch targets makes it really strong. He prioritizes, but doesn't matter.
I mean, if it's like a healing thing, maybe it's a painkiller too, so you don't notice. Or maybe she's just the world's best acupuncturist. South Korea, she just hits getting the pirate ship nerves on your body.
Canada, they keep mixing strategies up. They're running a single support defense right now. With Rolf on the road Egyptian acupuncture. And it's possible because you do have that self-healing from Roadhog to make up some of your other kills per second. But
there's a Junkertown. South Korea getting ready to attack. Is he actually going to switch again? We'll see what they've got in store for us. He's going to stick with it. All right, Nagachu does go down.
There is a Riptire out there. They're trying to wait it out. Probably. We're going to take a look at this defense right now. You'll see they're very close to the spawn. Nagachu is creeping around. He is comfortable on this Junkertown map because this is how you have to play the defense. It may look silly that they're all rushing the spawn doors, but if you give the team an opportunity, a trap in front of the spawn door. What idea? He was crouching there, though.
Another clutch sleeves dart, man. You've seen it in highlight videos. Now you've seen it in a live match. And that is going to be the go button for South Korea to get this payload moving.
You can't go into Dragon Blade animation next to Jaehong. How many times have we seen him shut down that ability?
That Dragon is basically he's able to kind of hang out near the doors and stay alive. Sleep dart not connecting that time.
Now they finally have the setup. But to Canada's credit, they
Canada is bottling up South Korea for the moment.
Stall was very good. You always have to love watching Jaehong on this. South Korea is going to have to make up for how fast he can switch targets on the rest of the map. Prioritizes, but doesn't matter as Nagachu going to finish off the kill.
Showmeister with the res.
Pops
that Valkyrie. Well, South Korea having there's the kill on the Mangachu. So South Korea opening it up again. Kills on both sides here. Showmeister is so hard to finish off that Mercy when she's got that healing all the way through the ultimate. And Canada looks like they're actually going to come ahead or come out ahead in this fight.
Question is how many kills if any can flower again, not going to take out
Agilities is actually going to switch again. Just a minute 20 left for South Korea, and they haven't even taken
There's a Riptire out there. They're just trying to
go
wait
straights here. Yeah, they got to get something going.
They absolutely do.
And
so
Canada has played one or two pushes remaining.
Way more comfortable on this Junkertown map because
this is how you have to play the defense.
They look silly that they're all rushing the spawn door strategy into this
give the team an opportunity to set up.
Agility's coming up on that Dragon Blade too. That's going to be a huge one.
Another clutch sleep dart, man. You've seen it in highlight videos. Now you've seen it in a live match. Somehow he got in and got that pulse bomb onto Mercy. For South Korea to get this payload moving.
You can't go into Dragon Blade animation next to Jayhawk.
How many times
have we seen him shut down that ability?
That Dragon is basically painting a target around Genji when you do it around
this tournament where pushes have been saved. Finally have to set. We're going to see it right here. To Canada's credit, creeping around the side. They bought time. Joe Meister rolled in the back. Stall was very good. And now South Korea is going to have to make up.
It's a good thing I don't do this
on the rest of the map.
Yes, they will.
I think we're all grateful for that.
That's right.
You just provide the sound effect for Overwatch esports. You have to drop that
Valkyrie. I try. And there's the kill on the Mangachu, so South Korea opening it up again. Pulls on both sides here. Showmeister, it's so hard to finish off that Mercy when she's got that healing all the way through the ultimate. We do it in different ways. It looks like they're actually going to come ahead or come out ahead in this fight.
Question is how many kills, if any, can flower again? Not going to take out
down early. Kills on both sides here. Just a minute 20 left for South Korea. Trying to push this payload forward. They'll get it moving a little bit. Oh, and 2 kills straight here. Self-destruct. They got to get something going. Keep finding those. You've seen those all week in Fog.
1 or 2 pushes remaining. And since they were knocked off the card, they just can't approach it any longer with the momentum.
Now the payload is moving pretty quick.
180 their strategy into this far self-destruct. Agility's coming up on that Dragon Blade too. That's going to be a huge pinball between the card and the clutch pulse bomb. They had to get that one.
Somehow he got in and got that pulse bomb onto Mercy. That was pretty tough to do. And now Korea trying to get back to the payload. It's tough on this point, but Save will be opening up the outside the door with that barrage.
Fantastic. And
Save
has made some very important pulse bomb plays in this tournament.
Flower has to watch out. His health is getting pretty low.
We're going to see it right here.
That's a kill. Jayhawk's Transcendence coming in a little bit late. Look out. Are you kidding me? Oh man, it was so close. But Agilities cuts it down with the ultimate for Overwatch. And that payload stalled out really close to point B.
You just provide the sound effect for Overwatch. East looks like they are going to escape Agilities.
I try.
A couple more percent as they retreat.
Make it as least dramatic as possible.
Regroup. Toby's not going to have access. You call me the hype killer. Jayhawk will not.
We do it in different ways. We're both very effective.
This may be a bit of a rough fight, especially when they can get zoned out by the self-destruct. See what Mangachu can do with it.
You don't know we're taking down early. Kills on both sides here. It looks like South Korea there. You know, I mean, trying to push this payload forward. They'll get it moving a little bit. Oh, and 2 kills with Zimba self-destruct. Probably could have keep finding those. We've seen those all week in Fog.
Damage boost right now.
A lot of trouble right here. Yep.
Want to see if they can get
South Korea. Now the momentum is building. Now the payload is moving pretty quick. What if the Discord host is looking
self-destruct again?
Helps out quite a bit. Oh, Mangachu returning with 2 though. But there's, I believe, the Valkyrie.
Yeah, it's not enough. The reses are there for South Korea. A rough time. And Joe Meister goes down early again.
Called Jayhawk with 2. All right, well, you know, when all else fails, Jayhawk just lurking outside the door with that barrage.
The last 2 pushes from South Korea have started with Savioli killing Joe Meister. Canada needs to protect him in these forward
getting pretty low. Mangachu capitalizing. That's a kill. Jayhawk's Transcendence coming in a little bit late on the clock for South Korea to finish this match. Are you kidding me? Oh man, it was so close. But Agilities cuts him down with the ultimate. Savioli's pulse bomb and that payload stalled out. Really really close to point B. Needs a big one.
Only a minute left.
Canada getting aggressive, and they are going to really come out strong with a kill on Toby to start things off. That pulse bomb. Oh, it didn't get anything. But meanwhile, the rest of South Korea returning the favor, getting a couple kills here. They do need to back off, though.
They do. Toby coming up on the Valkyrie now. Joe Meister already with his, though, and this is going to be most likely the final fight you can do with it.
Well, you don't often see Jay mistime those ultimates, but it looks like he kind of did there. You know, I mean, coming in, Flower was pretty high in the air, not land. If that Transcendence had come in a little bit earlier, probably could have kept him alive. Contested still.
A bit of damage. Where's BLB? Is he going to get another pick here? Want to see if he can get a pick, land that headshot
today already. Well, if you combine that damage, he's
on the spot. Just Seemingly kills Joe Meister again.
Melts down quite a bit. To burn the range early on with two, though. Back in ways in the thick of it. XQC goes out. But here comes Agilities with the Dragon Blade. It could be big. It is big.
Joe Meister goes down early
taking down South Korea with just a few seconds remaining. I don't even know if they can get back to the payload. All else fails.
They're not going to be able to get back. This will be a junker win for Team Canada. Started with Saviel be killing Joe Meister. Canada needs to protect him in these do-or-die situations.
We are going to map 5. Agreed.
It'll be another hybrid map. And it will be South Korea
to finish this map.
With the map selection.
To equalize Canada's 3 points and send it to
they
the
lost the last
round.
map.
And Sable Abuse Pulse Bomb. If he can take another quick break, guys, when we come back, we'll see if the momentum continues for Canada. Or South Korea closes it out. Going to really come out strong with a kill onto Toby to start things off. That Pulse Bomb. Oh, it didn't get anything. But meanwhile, the rest of South Korea returning the favor, getting a couple kills here. They do need to back off, though.
Yeah, they do. Toby coming up on the Valkyrie now. Joe Meister already with his, though, and this is going to be
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile,
Flashbang did not
and
land.
NVIDIA.
Payload contested still.
Where's SaveLB? Is he going to get another pick here?
Well, he's been doing quite a few of those today already. And he needs one now more than ever.
Agilities.
Oh, speaking of picks, Roll takes out J-Home. Great start. Toby forced to burn the res early on. Flower backing ways in the thick of it. XQC goes down, but here comes Agilities with the Dragon Blade. It could be big. It is big. Canada taking down South Korea with just a few seconds remaining. I don't even know if they can get back to the payload.
No, Dylan, they're not going to be able to get back. This will be a Junkertown win for Team Canada.
Wow, Canada, they will not get swept in the finals. They will win Junkertown, and we are going to map 5.
It'll be another hybrid map, and it will be South Korea with the map selection.
Yep.
As they lost the last map.
All right, we'll take another quick break, guys, and when we come back, we'll see if the momentum continues for Canada or South Korea closes it out. Don't go anywhere. And we are back at the Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals. I'm Doe, with me is Monte Cristo, and Canada getting some momentum going against South Korea as we move on to our next
BlizzCon 2017 is brought to you in part by
Cristo.
Republic of Gamers,
MVP is going to
Intel,
be, you know, because XQC in the lead right now. And after that win, you know, maybe getting a little bit of boost, but I think Flower.
He had the, XQC probably had the, I don't know, Surefour had a great stage walk-on too.
He did. Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out right after this game apparently, but I'm curious. I wonder.
Well, we don't have to wonder which map South Korea is going to pick. It will be Numbani. Now, I'm a bit concerned because they played this map very closely with Rogue. And by Rogue, I mean France.
Yeah, it's
easy to confuse the two considering they are identical.
It was the same group of players, and you know, what a show they put on over the course of this tournament. Now it's all about Canada versus South Korea. Canada on the defense starting off on Numbani. South Korea gets a chance to attack first after dropping Junkertown. This is their map choice. Let's see what they can do.
And it's back to the triple tank Canadian meat wall strategy.
the poutine wall.
Poutine isn't that meaty though, you know?
No, but you know, it's very dense sometimes. wall-like in nature. Who's sure for gets low. J-Hope finishes the kill at the Overwatch World Cup Grand Finals. I'm Doe with me is Monte Cristo and Canada getting some momentum going against South Korea. And now XQC goes down. It was a risky mission, and it may have led to South Korea with a big edge in taking this point early. You know,
that is going to be
in the lead right now.
Quick cap.
And after that win, maybe getting a little bit of boost.
Mowing his way through the opposition, but goes down to XQC probably had the. There's a minor opportunity here, perhaps, but no. Flower just
very minor. Yeah,
it just floats right up to him and rockets him in the face like
this game apparently. But all right, so the payloads getting started really quick by South Korea.
Well, we don't have to wonder which map South Korea is going to pick. It will be
and cleaning this up at the end. And South Korea just
concerned because they played this map.
Rolf died early.
Very closely
Canada
with Rogue.
Dedicated a lot of resources to try to bring it back up again. That caused XQC to die, and from then on the point was lost.
It's easy to confuse the two.
So
Agility's now
it was the same
to go
players, and what a show they put on. Again, Rolf dies. This tournament.
The support protection, I think, hasn't been
there. Now it's all about Canada versus South Korea.
Canada about XQC is he likes to play that Winston very aggressively. We've seen him jumping into create space, and with the right teammates, that
this is their map choice. See what they can do.
Sometimes it leaves your triple tank Canadian meat
the barrage follow-up right as Joe Meister tried to come in for the res, and there's a bit of revenge from Rolf. Finally at the end.
Isn't that meaty?
But it doesn't matter. No, but you know,
get you tactically crouching on the cart.
That's right. You can't tactically crouch your way out of the finishes the kill. Rough start. I don't know if they can get in there and res him. That might be a little bit dangerous. See if he'll be on the outside. They're trying. There's a res on the Rolf, and now XQC goes down. It was a risky mission, and it may have led to South Korea with a big edge in taking this point early.
That is going to be a very there's also issues like when they go too far forward, they're going to see it attempting his way through the opposition. Goes down to knocked off side ground. Still gets a minor opportunity here perhaps, but no.
Flower just very minor. Stuck. Goes down right up to him. Looks like they might be able to hold here for a little while.
Like it was nothing.
They will. All right,
cost was pretty high though. 4 ultimates.
Getting started really quick by South
Korea. For that hold, but they do manage to stop it before point B. So,
and cleaning this up at the end.
A quick run through the streets.
I mean, the problem was Rolf died early again. And Canada will want dedicated a lot of resources to try to bring him back up again. That caused XQC to die, and from then on, the point was lost.
Able to pick him out of the air. Went so fast too. Agility's now needs to go over. Checking some corners. Onto the Tracer.
Again, Rolf dies.
The support protection, I think, hasn't been there. One of the things about XQC is he likes to play that Winston very aggressively. We've seen him jumping into create space, and with the right teammates that can work. Sometimes it leaves your back line open.
The barrage follow-up right as Joe Meister tried to come in for the res, and there's a bit of revenge from Rolf. Doesn't look like a lot's going to get done out of XQC's final range, so Rolf does find the kill
tactically crouching on the cart.
That's right. You can't tactically
crouch your way out of the... It is a little bit risky right now. They are down their Tracer player.
Nice effort.
Flower trying to get some damage done. Now they did force Joe Meister to use that Valkyrie. So smart of them to back off right now. Play this patiently. Tony's going to have his Valkyrie up soon enough.
Is figuring out the weak point. That weak point is finding Rolf exposed pretty often.
Well, there's also issues like when they go too far forward, they're going to see an attempted attack. They need to get in here. They need to try and make this attack. And they're going to start off with a zoning high noon.
XQC falls early in the fight. Ooh, so close down. Joe Meister nearly got caught by that dead eye. Here for a little while. Joe Meister did get in to res XQC just in time, and now Flower in a little bit of trouble. Mano does get the kill though on the Joe in the end. Gets a couple of them as he pops out Primal Rage. South Korea decides this is when they're going to take point B.
Excellent patience there from Korea and positioning from Flower, making sure that he could get into that transcendence and he wasn't going to be poked out. Mangachu pick him out of the air. Getting tortured as he hops his way over to the card. Checking some corners.
Nice. Give your mercy kills once in a while. They'll appreciate it.
No one of these nothing like a mercy killing, though.
Oh my gosh, you went there. That was right. You know, Monty. I love to watch J-Hope's positioning. He's so aware of the angles DPS generally come from.
I have that effect on a lot of people.
Sometimes you do. Transcendence, mostly American. If the giant raging ape comes bounding in, South Korea continuing to try to push forward here. Get done on it. XQC's finds Joe Meister with that does find the kill on the second time's a charm, and still 3 minutes on the clock, and South Korea looks like they might be ready to take this risky right now.
They are down their Tracer player. Gets chunked out before he gets flashbang. Trying to get some damage done. Now they did force Joe Meister to use that Valkyrie, so smart of them to back off right now. Play this patiently. Tony's going to have his Valkyrie up soon enough.
I'll sure for. Gets the heel end of that for South Korea, and they are in a great spot to win this series.
Here we go. They need to get in here. They need to try and make this attack. And they're going to start it off with a zoning high remaining. So Canada has their work cut out for them.
Ooh, so close, man. Joe Meister nearly got caught by that Deadeye. Joe Meister did get into Rez, and as we see, just in time, and now Pops a little bit of trouble.
For the new
Mano does get the kill, though, on Dynasty for Overwatch. Gets a couple of them as he pops out Primal Rage. South Korea decides this is when they're going to take point B. After seeing how
excellent patience there from Korea and positioning from Flower, making sure that he could get into that transcendence, and he wasn't going to move down. Mangachu, a lot of good competition here. Getting tortured as he hops his way over to the card.
They gave the kill to Toby. Good. Nice. You know, give your mercy kills once in a while. They'll appreciate it. We'll begin their attack run in just a moment. Oh my God. Korea stop them. If they can do any sort of defensive hold for the end of the match, they will win on the inside. World Cup.
I have that effect on a lot of people.
You do.
And it's going to be pretty standard. Soldier on a.
All right, so South Korea back to the base. Continuing to try to push forward here. Oh, Flower finds Joe Meister with that Deadeye. Second time's the charm. Still 3 minutes on the clock. South Korea looks like they might be ready to take this one right here, right now.
They may go for the XQC gets chunked out before he gets to the door, and then flashback.
Giving us
that will stop him in mid-flight, and compositions and having their own panache, their own style.
Well, that's been their strength that one off again. It's when they've come at Korea with compositions that Korea may not be expecting. For South Korea, they are in a great spot to win this series. You know, XQC, a lot of time left on the clock. The
Old Bush
actually
3 minutes remaining here. So what they're going to want to do is take control of the high ground and use your forward agilities to poke over the point and try and fish for some of these hooks. As we'll be going around the left-hand side for the new Seoul team, the Seoul Dynasty for Overwatch League, and up the stairs. So it's Toby and so far. Has Korea found an answer? Because the only thing they're going to be able to do is poke from the other side of the point.
Teams who are not native, XQC trying to put that shield down early, give his team room to walk out on that high ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Interestingly, Flower is actually positioned over here. He has a Mercy that's damage boosting him, but he gets
nice hook.
Hooked there by Roll.
That's right. Well, Roll taking advantage of the hook from Agilities. Will begin to finish off that kill on the Flower. Just a moment. And now XQC with another ult pulls people in. If they can do, you know, I've seen this strategy somewhere before. For the end of the match, on a different map, it worked well for Korea then, and now Canada making it work for them.
Well, what can you say? Canada seems very comfortable with this tactic. When they play slow and play methodical, it's been working. They haven't hit any major roadblocks. That they do have some vulnerability to a dive on with this composition, and they're going to keep the payload rolling right now with plenty of time left over. Canada at least giving us. Mangachu is on Torbjorn. Fresh team compositions and having their own panache, their own style.
I don't know. That's been their strength doing this match. The thing is,
he's on the turret on the cart right now. So yes,
Korea may not be expecting.
Never mind. We're back to the
crazy as it sounds. I've heard people talk about Torbjorn on .2 Numbani before, and it was kind of one of those. No, believe me, it really works things. I'm like, okay, really. Here we see Mangachu trying in a crucial game of the Overwatch World Cup Finals, and South Korea they will not be stopped by this Torbjorn.
We'll be going around the left-hand side.
Meanwhile, though, Canada does come back. Surefour getting a ton done with that attack visor.
Up the stairs, so it's worked for them so far. Has Korea found an answer because the only thing they're going to be able to do is kill Toby and J-Hawk right now. They're healing each other up, attempting to survive.
Give his team room to walk out on that high ground. Again, setting up the kill for Roll.
Is actually positioned over here.
Canada will actually use the kill to push through most of point B here. Can they finish?
That was a great turret bait, you know.
Finish off that kill on the Flower.
It looks silly, but everybody committed so hard to the cart.
You know, I've seen this strategy somewhere before.
Behind it, and
on a different map, it worked well for Korea then, and now Canada making it work for them.
The mess. Well, what can you say? Canada seems very comfortable with this tactic. When they play slow and play methodical, it's been working. They haven't hit any major roadblocks. Some bolts and core.
It is, but he needs to get that turret back up again. They're just going to keep the payload
rolling right now.
South Korea camping on the payload for a moment, but Canada getting back there. They may have this one. Surefour coming in with another attack visor. I'm not sorry. I don't know. You know, the thing is,
he has a turret on the cart right now,
to complete point B here. You know, it's crazy as it sounds. I've heard people talk about
Torbjorn is getting it up so fast, and Korea is kind of one of those.
No, believe me, it really works. Things I'm like, okay, really. But here we see Mangachu trying in a crucial game in the OWWC World Cup Finals.
Very much.
And South Korea
will not be stopped. They're all concerned with these turrets, and it said everybody has to use their shields, use their movement abilities on South Korea. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. And he's not done yet, though. He keeps on trying to kill Toby and J-Hulk right now. They're healing each other up, attempting to survive.
He'll be back soon enough. Don't worry.
Yeah, and the armor, though, too, for Mangachu, it's making it really tough for South Korea. Canada will actually use the Torbjorn, though. He's pushed through most of point B here. Can they finish? That was a great turn. Making Canada feel it.
And he already has 60% the way towards the graviton because he received the nano boost from J-Hulk. We saw the attack visor start from Canada has to go back, rethink things. I think that can be done by South Korea. So Torbjorn cleans up the mess.
Do you ever think you'd be considering turn with the self-destruct profile against the turn with the
I think he should switch.
Using all the ults for this. Savior comes in. It's a tough time for Solid Core. It is, but he needs to get that turn back up again. He couldn't get it working just
the Torbjorn.
Quite well enough. South Korea camping on the payload for the moment, but Canada getting back there. They may have this one.
If he gets coming in
and they're damage boosting that Torbjorn, he is going to do an absurd amount of damage.
Pretty hilarious right now. Mangachu trying to build up that turret again. Should be able to complete point B here. Anymore. Sabiel took out the supercharger. There's a pulse bomb. Joe Meister getting it up so South Korea coming in.
And Korea is singularly
now you may want to consider switching
if
you're Canada. Saw a hammer kill on Sinbin there.
Yes, he did.
That's an icon you don't see the kill feed very much.
Sinbin J.
But see how far back Sherwood is playing. They're all concerned with these turrets.
Now Mangachu with the switch up.
Everybody has used their shields, used their movement abilities on South Korea. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, really.
Close enough.
Yeah.
That was really the issue.
Trying to keep that turret safe. Oops, I think that shield was supposed to go
going to have a Reinhardt now, though, to try and accomplish that. Mangachu wants to go on a Zarya himself.
He'll be back soon enough. Don't worry. Makes sense.
Yeah, and the armor, though, too, from Mangachu. It's making it really tough for South Korea to kind of keep for kills with that guy. Zumba comes in, then swapped over onto his Zarya briefly before Joe Meister brings him back up. South making Canada feel it.
And he comes in with another kill onto agility. 60% of the way towards the graviton because he received the nano boost from J-Hulk.
To push Canada back. Remember, all they need to do is hold this point to win the tournament. J-Hulk gets 2 kills with the biotic grenade. Do you ever think you'd be considering this?
We already see another crack for Zumba. I think he should switch. Since he switched to Zarya, he has had 70% average energy on this hero. So that's why he's charging the graviton. We need the damage boost in combination with the fact that he keeps receiving the nano boost. There you go. That's enough sweet. If he gets double kill with their damage boosting, that's Torbjorn. He is going to do an absurd amount of damage
to work with now. South Korea, a few on their side as well. Trying to build up that turret again. Has that.
They have the bomb go
charge into charge here. Not anymore. Sabiel opting to use the pulse bomb. There's a pulse bomb on Joe Meister. South Korea coming in. There's a pulse bomb. Now you may want to consider the Big Bang, though, not doing a whole lot. And it's going to cause Toby to come in with the double res. Transcendence from rolls now as Joe Meister goes into Valkyrie as well. Canada wants to push this forward, and they will get there. Now Mangachu with the switch on Zarya. Payload is moving, and South Korea taken out in that fight.
The problem was, I don't know if they should have invested that Valkyrie there.
That was really the issue.
Resing the Zarya without, she comes back with no charge, so it doesn't have a ton of value unless she has Zarya himself. So here we go, Mono coming in. There is a nano boost available. Are they going to boost him so he can swing away on the card?
Kills with that Deadeye. Mangachu hiding any though. Looks the payload here. Zumba just walking briefly with the shield. Joe Meister brings a little bit of charge. He's so aggressive building that. Jaeon comes in with another kill onto agility.
Only catches one.
He's trying to use it with the continues to push Canada back. Remember, all they need to do is hold this point to win the tournament. Agility's finally 2 kills, but Canada overall winning this fight. They are going to keep pushing.
See another grab for Zumba. Since he switched to Zarya, he has had 70% average energy on this hero. So that's why he's charging the graviton.
This is another close one.
In combination with the fact that he keeps receiving the nano boost, and they are throwing this Korean sweet double kill with a bio grenade. So at least we're seeing some interesting strategies from them that are actually working, and they are playing around it very well. Play around the turret, play around the dive, get in their heads.
You'll be not opting to use the pulse bomb in that situation. But if J-Hulk does get caught by Sherfor's Deadeye, there's a pulse bomb. in there. The big bang, though, not doing a whole lot. That's going to cause Toby to come in with the double res transcendence from Rolf now, as Showmeister goes into Valkyrie as well. Canada wants to push this forward.
South Korea,
they will get
quite a bit ahead in that regard. They've got 3 minutes on the clock as opposed to the 1 minute. Taken out in that fight.
I don't know if they should have invested that Valkyrie there. Resing the Zarya without, she comes back with no charge, so it doesn't have a ton of value unless she has Graviton.
Sure.
So here we go, Mono coming in. There is a nano boost available. Are they going to boost him so he can swing away on the cars?
A little bit of Roadhog. BlizzCon really behind the payload here. Zupa just walking in with his shield, getting a little bit of charge. He's so good at building that. With his shields, there's a Graviton Surge. Just trying to use it with the Dragon Blade as well. J-Horn can't let the sleep dart that time. And Sherford gets mana with the die. Agilities finally goes down though, but Canada overall winning this fight. They are going to keep pushing it. Less than a meter to go. Can Canada complete it? It looks like they can.
This composition
a minute remaining, but Canada finishes on their attack round. Ooh, this is another close one.
Just running straight up the gut.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta go for those picks and just get in there.
They are throwing this Korean
trying to stay alive. Remember, keeping him safe has been the tough part.
At least we're seeing some interesting strategies from them that are actually working, and they are playing around it very well. Play around the turret, play around the dive, get in their heads. This is going to be tough. Once they're on the point, they will have a lot of staying power with the amount of HP this team composition has.
Flower did go down. Toby had to use that res did it well, and he did it great. Zupa D-Mac
don't do that.
Taken down. Canada may just have this after all. It looks like they do. We're going to South Korea, unable to stop the onslaught from Team Canada.
They've got 3
it looks like they're going to give up point A.
It works again, Dole. What can you say? South Korea has been unable to pick anybody off. This Canadian death ball coming through. The supports are very close to that tank line. And finally, they find a way not to die early in the fight, or lose their backline, or lose XQC on a engage.
A little bit of Roadhog. BlizzCon really a little bit of Roadhog.
There's always a lot of Roadhog.
Attack Visor, and man, that did a lot of work for them.
I like the fact that we're seeing Flower on the far end
getting in the back lines again, trying to be annoying.
Suggested that last time because this comp don't really have pressure. XQC has to hit those shots.
And there's the Sharpron doing nothing. He tries to go for it. He manages to D-Mac Mangachu, but that is about it. Toby having to come in with the res, and here we go, Showmeister and Valkyrie trying to keep his team alive. Sherford looking to handle Sabley, but he just can't do it. And South Korea will finally get this stopped here. We're already in overtime, and that is it.
Running straight up the gut.
You gotta do it, man. You gotta go for those picks and just get in there. Canada did take point A, trying to stay alive. Remember, keeping him safe has been the tough part. Agility is
especially because they only have 3 minutes, so less than the 4 minutes you would normally receive to take point A.
I don't know
if I agree with this. At least to full. This is going to be tough. Once they're on the point, some of these players, they will have a lot of staying power with the amount of HP this team composition has.
Flower did go down. Toby had to use that res early. And Zupa D-Mac and taken down. Canada may just have this after all. It looks like they do. South Korea unable to stop the onslaught from Team Canada. And it looks like they're going to give up point A.
It works again, Doa. What can you say? South Korea has been unable to pick anybody off. This Canadian death ball coming through. The supports are very close to that tank line. And finally, they find a way not to die early in the fight, or lose their backline, or lose XQC on an engage.
Right, that Canada started with. Here we go. Sherford with that attack visor.
Are you going to see
a lot of work for them? Flower in their last street phase. They will be getting in the backlines again. Trying to be annoying. Agilities was taken out.
McCree there, you probably would rather have him just in case they show
nothing. Tries to go for it. He manages to D-Mac Mangachu, but that is about it.
Going to have that
Toby having to come in with the res. And here we go, Showmeister and Valkyrie trying to keep his team alive. Sherford looking to handle Sabley, but he just can't do it. And South Korea will finally get this stopped here. We're already in overtime, and that is it. That's all the farther the payload will get. But crucially, Canada did take point A, which on a hybrid map, this series is going to have to deal a bit more.
Especially because they only have 3 minutes, so less than the 4 minutes you would normally receive to take point A.
This series, if they can win the map, they will be the Overwatch World Cup champions.
And when we've seen some of these decide to go on the other parts of the pro scene,
great start for Canada.
Particular, trying to sneak around the back through the hallways, do or die hold situations.
Pretty big
we
pick
do
early
sometimes see Torque is going to actually revive him.
We do to him, yeah, somehow.
Agility's is the one on the point right now, but it's going to be difficult to get through these Orisa shields efficiently with the DPS that they have, especially as Canada keeps moving that hard point on around the upper level.
Choices between sure for that could be big. They need to get Joe Meister over there to res him, but can they do it? XQC goes down. Joe Meister uses his res on the Orisa, but that could be about it already. South Korea in a great position to snowball this one. That Canada started with. It looks like they will. Point A being taken right now. Jayhawk finds that final kill against Mano. And then Palo's going to move and look at that. That red box of victory right in front of South Korea is all the farther they need to reach to be the 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
Magnitude's back on the Pharah. Agility switches over to the Soldier just to get there a little bit faster. This is the desperate defense for Canada. And Sabi only wants to stuff it with a pulse bomb.
Mano goes down early, but those spawns are so close. It is such a grind. Sabi becomes in. XQC goes down. Courtesy of Flower. Brought back up again. But can they get there? I don't know. They're so close. It's almost there. 0.22 meters to go. But Flower coming in with the kills on that barrage. And as soon as Sherford dies, that is it. South Korea are your 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
They do it again, Doa. It wasn't as clean as last year. They didn't sweep without losing a map. There were some speed bumps, but in the end, nothing could slow them down.
Pretty big pick early on.
Is going to actually revive him.
Got to him, yeah. Somehow. Epic win.
This is the one on the point right now, but it's going to be difficult to get through
doing it 2 years in a row
efficiently with the DPS that they have. And this is just the beginning for a lot of these players. We will see around the many of the people on stage tonight.
That could be big. They need to get Joe Meister over there to res him, but can they do it?
Preseason in December.
Joe Meister uses his res on the Orisa, but that could be about it already. South Korea in a great position to snowball this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the 2017
being taken right now. Jayhawk finds that final kill against Mano. And that Palo's going to move and look at that. That red box of victory right in front of South Korea is all the farther they need to reach to be the 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
Can we give a round of applause to the
switches over to the Soldier just to get there a little bit faster. This is the desperate defense for Canada. And Sabi only wants to stuff it with a pulse bomb.
Mano goes down early, but those spawns are so close. It is such a grind. Sabi comes in. XQC goes down. Courtesy of Flower. Brought back up again. But can they get there?
Let's give it up for these boys.
So close. It's almost there. 0.22 meters to go. But Flower coming in with the kills on that barrage. And as soon as Sherford dies, that is it. South Korea are your 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
They do it again, Doa. It wasn't as clean as last year. They didn't sweep without losing a map. There were some speed bumps, but in the end, nothing could slow them down.
One more time, guys. Give it up for South Korea.
What an epic win by South Korea yet again, doing it 2 years in a row.
And this is just the beginning for a lot of these players. We will see
many
of the people on stage tonight in the Overwatch League starting
most valuable player presented
preseason in December.
T-Mobile. You guys voted for him. It's going to be a jungle in here. Excuse, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions, South Korea. XQC, there's a lot of confetti here, buddy. And how you feeling? Please, can we give a round of applause to the runner-up, their silver medalist, Canada as well.
What's coming back? I'm glad. Thank you so much for everyone who voted. Thank you so much.
That being said, though, congratulations once again, guys. Give it up for XQC. Give it up for South Korea. We want to thank you all for supporting the 2017 Overwatch World Cup. Guys, one more time, let's give it up for these boys. With that being said, the journey has completed. The Overwatch World Cup has been an incredible experience. We've traveled all around the world, from Shanghai to Sydney to Katowice, Poland, here in Santa Monica, California, and all coming down here to BlizzCon 2017. And there's a lot of confetti here, which is pretty awesome. South Korea. Pretty awesome stuff. That being said, though, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. We want to thank all of you for supporting the 2017 Overwatch World Cup. I want to thank the production, the casters, the players, the fans. The time you've been waiting, you guys for your Overwatch World. And that being said, though, most valuable if you're here at BlizzCon, join us over at the Mythic Stage. You guys voted for him, where we will crown it's going to be a jungle in here at BlizzCon 2017. Also, just an FYI to everyone, for those of you who are here, join us for the WCS StarCraft 2 Global Finals right here in the arena, which are going on right now.
Extra C, there's a lot of confetti here, buddy.
Some love.
How you feeling?
But that being said, though, thank you so much for tuning in to the Overwatch World Cup of 2017. And we'll see you at the Overwatch
Thank you so much for everyone who voted. Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again, guys. Give it up for XQC. Give it up for South Korea. And with that being said, the journey has completed. The Overwatch World Cup has been an incredible experience. We've traveled all around the world, from Shanghai to Sydney to Katowice, Poland, here in Santa Monica, California, and all coming down here to BlizzCon 2017. And there's a lot of confetti here, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome stuff. That being said, though, we want to thank everyone for tuning in. We want to thank all of you for supporting the 2017 Overwatch World Cup. We want to thank the production, the casters, the players, the fans. You guys make this happen. And that being said, though, if you're here at BlizzCon, join us over at the Mythic Stage for the medal ceremony, where we will crown our champions yet again here at BlizzCon 2017. Also, just an FYI to everyone, for those of you who are here, join us for the WCS StarCraft 2 Global Finals right here in the arena, which are going on right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and give StarCraft some love. But that being said, though, thank you so much for tuning in to the Overwatch World Cup of 2017. And we'll see you at the Overwatch League.
I'm emoting, yeah. I can't stop. I can't stop.
Kill her, please. She's gonna pulse us both.
Will take the bronze medal in the World Cup for 2017. Sweden will take the bronze medal in the World Cup for 2017.